everyone. Welcome to the Felicity, Optimist versus Cynic podcast with us, your hosts, Melissa and Fish. This is a Felicity rewatch podcast. We'll watch an episode each week and join you here to talk about it. And a reminder, it's not a spoiler-free podcast. So if you haven't seen the whole show, we could mention some things that are spoilers. It's not spoiler-free. I am Melissa, and I'm here with my triangular co-host, Fish.
No. You did rectangle last time. New word.
With my ponderous co-host, Fish.
Did you say ponderous?
Sure. Look it up. I don't know. It's just a word. Am I prepared to sit here and tell you what I mean by this? I don't know.
Okay.
All right.
I'm pondering.
Yeah. Okay. So there's that. Yeah. Fish, how are you doing today?
I'm good today. We sat around and talked for I don't know, an hour and 15 minutes before this, and yet the best she could come up with was triangular.
Well, because I'm really focused on Big Brother, because that's what we've been talking about all this time.
Fair enough.
You guys want to know how the sausage gets made? That's how it gets made. We talk about Big Brother, then we talk about Felicity. That's how it's working right now, anyway.
Good times.
Yeah, good times. Well, what are we here to talk about today officially? We're here to talk about Felicity, Season 4, Episode 13, Kiss and Tell, which originally aired March 27th, 2002. It was directed by Stan Selfis and written by Josh Rhimes and Laurie McCarthy. Here is the description. Ben breaks the news that Lauren is pregnant. His father voices a different opinion on the role Ben should play in the child's upbringing. As that development sinks in, Felicity tests out a potential new career path. Meanwhile, working with Zoe causes Noel some undue stress, and differing priorities cause some mutual annoyance between Sean and Meghan.
Yep. Mutual annoyance, huh? All right.
Really went around the horn on that one. Got a little bit of everything. Well, we're going to start out. I'm going to say this is Epstein Bar.
Sure. I mean, it usually is.
Yeah.
We got some upbeat jazz playing. I enjoyed it.
Okay. Yeah, sure did. Ben and his dad are at dinner.
Yeah.
Because he's not in the hospital anymore.
Yeah. I was just like, you're out to dinner? How long has it been? You just had a partial liver transplant.
In Showtime, they've added 2 months.
Oh.
Remember?
Still, I mean, I don't know. It feels weird.
Are you trying to tell me that you have an issue with the timeline in season 4?
Of course not. I would never say
that. Can't be. We never complain about season 4 timeline issues.
No, that's not a thing we do.
Never.
Well, I like, though, that at least Ben is being consistent because, yes, he's out having dinner with his dad. But he's asking about his mom, right? He's like, oh, okay, you're feeling better. That's nice. How's mom?
Yeah.
Dad, his dad's just going to sidestep that. He's like, yeah, everything's great. I got a month off work. It's all going to be good. Guess what? I have some news for you.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dad saw Lauren. She says hi. And that she's pregnant.
Uh-huh. Okay. And then he gets super judgy about the absentee father right in front of the father. Also him not being a great father. There's just a lot going on there.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. There's so many complicated feelings. There's so many things going across Ben's face.
Yeah.
With his dad saying that this, how dare this guy not be around for Lauren? And there's, the ridiculousness, right, of his father saying something like that. There's the, and it's me, but he doesn't know it. Mm-hmm. And then there's the his own feelings about the kid. I mean, there's just so much for Ben.
There's a lot here. I mean, and his father not knowing that it's him is this guy, so self-absorbed.
I mean,
awkward.
I didn't tell him. I don't know why he would just assume it was Ben.
Yeah, and he clearly doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But it's an awkward moment at the table. That's for
it's
sure.
super awkward. Yeah.
And then
And
his dad's like, oh, you know what? I'm going to get dessert because who cares? I
yeah,
cheated death once. I can do it again.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
And he was
I'll
like,
have your dessert.
yeah, I'll have everybody's dessert. All the desserts are mine. Um, but it's fun to be with you, Ben. Ben's like,
Yeah. No, he
yeah,
agrees. He's like, yeah, it's fun. And then we just leave off on a thinking scene. It's just Ben thinking.
yeah, yeah.
He has a lot to think about,
He sure does. It doesn't
If there
seem to
was,
be an open and shut
yeah,
case for him right now.
I do feel like the sort of sponsored by moment for this episode, or feeling for this episode is just denial.
Oh,
Like Ben is in full denial for most of it. Felicity's in full denial for most of it. Sean and Meghan are in denial. Like
even
it's
know if the word denial is right for Felicity. I mean, I think let's explore that a little bit more as we get to the scenes that well, I guess we're coming there pretty quickly, but
yeah. I mean, it's either denial or she's like outright lying to people. I mean, if one
yeah,
more freaking person asks if she's okay, she
yeah.
doesn't look bad. She looks fine. And like everybody's walking up to her being like, are you okay? I'm like, at least, I don't know, like give her a scar or something across her face. I mean, there's nothing, there's no
Mm-hmm.
reason. I got really annoyed by this. The like
Yeah.
repeated, are you okay? Are
I
you
mean,
okay?
she's definitely quiet and whispery. She's got a lot on
Sure.
her mind. I think that is becoming evident for people.
It just got annoying.
Yeah, I
It was
mean,
like 5 times in this episode that different people asked her if she was okay, including
well,
twice in the next scene.
yeah, let's look at the next scene because I think we're starting to analyze stuff like this without talking about the scene. So let's just jump into that. So Ben's gonna come. Well, this was weird because they kind of do it a two-part thing where Ben comes off of the elevator to go to Felicity's apartment, knocks on the door. Felicity answers it, and he says, "Let's go for a walk." Why? Why do we
Yeah.
have this?
I thought maybe he wanted to say, can we talk? But instead said, let's go for a walk. And they were
Mhm.
like, we'll just keep it.
I just, did they not have enough footage? like you could just skip to them walking.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
mean, what do we get from this scene that's additional? I don't know. Maybe we get that they're. I guess what I'm really feeling at the end of this little moment is not different from what I'm feeling in their walk and talk, which we're about to see. My words for that were quiet, separate. Periods
Huh.
between both words. They just feel very separate from each other. And I don't know, maybe something about that greeting her at the door sort of thing. Maybe that's meant to show me something about they're not quite synced up. I don't know.
Yeah. Like he's not, they're not staying at each other's place, I guess, at that point.
Yeah.
He's coming to the door. It could be, his schedule and her schedule and that they're not able to spend as much time together.
I
Yeah,
mean, is
I
it
could
also
see
maybe
that.
meant to evoke the scene at the door that they had right before they got back together? Where also that was very awkward and there was also a lot not said, but they were on the verge of saying those things and they were on the verge of getting to a good place. And here they're kind of on the verge of what is this? I don't know.
Yeah, see that I feel like that they're so different. Like the scene where there were so many things that were unsaid, right? Um, I felt like they really wanted to say all the things.
Mm-hmm.
Here, throughout this entire episode, starting in this scene, I don't think Felicity wants to say all the things.
Yeah.
And I don't think Ben Ben is really more like Felicity, how do you feel? Like he doesn't want to say the things either.
Yeah.
I I think that's the separateness maybe that you're feeling, that I just felt it in a different way, that it's he's asking her. They're walking along outside and he basically is asking, like, what do you think about this pregnancy? He never uses the word pregnancy. He's just like, the thing, that's happening. And she's like overwhelmed. And he says it's going to be okay. And like a couple of times, as you said,
It's
it's
his
going to be
refrain.
his refrain.
Yeah.
New mantra.
Yeah. He switches
But
topics. He's like, well, he sort of switches topics. He says, well, yeah, I had dinner with my dad. She's like, oh, yeah. He's like, well, he doesn't know I'm the father, but he does know that Lauren's pregnant. Like, oh, okay, well, we're back on this topic. Great.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
Yeah. Got to get to that second okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe at this point, I think overwhelmed is a fine answer. Like, give her a second, right?
It's a lot.
And like Ben just found out a week ago, even though apparently it had been 4 months.
No, I think there's like a couple ways to be overwhelmed with this. One way is, hey, there's a baby coming. that wasn't really something we thought was happening. There's I don't even know what my future is supposed to be right now. There's also like Ben continuing to say it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Is not actually reassuring. I don't know. I mean, for me, that would not be reassuring. It would be like, can you look me dead in the eye and acknowledge that this is going to be not what we planned and possibly hard? Like, let's have like an honest assessment of what this is, because saying it's going to be okay just seems like you're brushing it under the rug. So yeah, it's like, ooh, like in addition to everything.
Yeah, and that's clearly what Felicity's thinking. I mean, we hear her say that later. So she says she's overwhelmed. I feel like she wants to take her cue from Ben. She has feelings about it. She has feelings about how he feels about it. He thinks he knows how he feels about it, but he's got doubt, and so he's just sort of shoving it down and saying it's going to be fine. This whole episode is, I feel like that is denial. Like Felicity keeps like overwhelmed. Yeah.
But it's basically more to me like Felicity is waiting for Ben to get out of denial so that she can be. Her being upfront or honest about her feelings doesn't really help if he's not there, because he's like the person closer to the crisis. It's like in her situation, it's kind of like the way that she cares for him is like, let him be in denial in this moment, maybe. But that doesn't help her and doesn't help him. But until he's prepared to like acknowledge any real thing that's going on in his brain, what can she do? It's just like her saying her feelings. What does that do?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so true. It's like she's on, I guess what I'm rolling around to here is she's in like a holding pattern.
I think that's right. And I think that Ben wants her to tell him what to do. And she's not doing that.
Like, that's not where we're going here, man.
Right. Like, I really think he's looking for either some sort of approval or some sort of her to tell him, and he gets so mad when his dad does it, right? But like, I really think he wants someone, preferably not his dad, to tell him what to do.
Yeah.
Or like either to approve or refute what he has decided and kind of shake him. And she on the other hand is taking a step back and being like, no, you need to, like, this isn't a decision I can make for you.
Yeah, that's so true. But it takes a toll on her. I mean, we're going to see in the next small scene is, they're in bed, Ben is asleep, Felicity's wide awake.
Yeah. That was like, he's snoring. He's like on his face snoring. I actually like that choice by Scott Speedman. Like, he is clearly in that moment not worried about it.
Yeah, that must be nice for him.
Gosh. Right.
She's like, this guy.
That's what denial looks like.
Yeah.
On your face, snoring. And
Yeah.
she's just laying there like, man, what a, oh. Like
This
I can
guy.
just put myself in her place and just, I would, I'd be like looking at him and I'd probably throw something at him. I don't know. But she's nice and she
And
just gets out of bed.
I mean, and think about how different this is too. I mean, a couple seasons ago, Noel finds out Ruby was impregnated, but by somebody else,
Hmm.
and he's like relieved,
Yeah.
because it's like his responsibility is not there. But Felicity is obviously invested in a very different way in this relationship. So it's not just like, oh, well, whatever, I could be with him or not be with him. It's not my responsibility. She does not appear to be thinking that way right now. It's just
If
like
he
what do I
has a
do?
baby, she has a baby. And that is just the way it is.
And think about how many levels of no control over your life that is. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, so Lauren decided, like, he got her pregnant. Lauren decided to have the baby.
Mhm.
Ben's going to make whatever decision he's going to make, and then Felicity has to make any decision off of that. It's like multiple prongs of lack of control in your life. And it's just like, okay, can we, at least to this point, Lauren has been very clear.
Yeah.
Ben, however,
I mean, Ben's been very clear. It's just nobody believes him,
yeah,
including himself,
yeah.
for apparently good reason. So,
Well, Felicity's going to get up out of bed. They're at the loft. So, of course, when she goes out, she's going to encounter Noel in the kitchen making a sandwich. And they're going to
of course,
whisper.
because, I mean, why wouldn't Noel still be living there?
Yeah.
And why wouldn't he be making a sandwich at like, what was it, 2:36 in the morning?
We have a comment later with a theory on this, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm
Okay.
glad you teed that up for us, everybody. Put a pin in that.
All right.
You just wait for some amazing words from one of our listeners.
I always do.
Yep.
Best part of the show.
Yeah. Oh, we've got listeners spitting facts at us today. Okay. Just you all wait. That's right. So what's this conversation going to be about between Felicity and Noel? Well, Noel's making a sandwich, but why? Because he woke up from a dream where he was stranded on an island. Icebergs, anybody? I don't know what's going on with these people and their dream metaphors, but anyway, he's stranded on an island. He woke up starving.
Yeah.
Here he is making a sandwich.
Because I always, when I go to sleep and I have a dream where I'm not eating, I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm hungry. No, that's not how metabolism works. But okay. Look, he wanted a sandwich. That's fine. You can just want a sandwich, Noel.
Yeah.
You don't need to go to all this, explanation about it. Felicity does annoy me here a little bit. Okay, because he offers to make her a sandwich and she says no. She says she just couldn't sleep. And then Noel's going to be all, want to talk about it? Want to talk about, clearly you look like something's not okay. You'll find a job. It'll be fine.
Well, she says, I feel like everything's changing. Okay.
Yes.
He does interpret that to mean job, career, that stuff. It's like, you'll find something. Okay, here, let's do something about this. Yeah.
Exactly. Must solve.
Yeah. And the solution is he's going to get the course catalog. She's like, I have my classes. He's like, no. You get the course catalog to decide your life. Okay. So it's like, let's just look at the classes and see if it gives you any ideas. So fortunately, architecture is early in the alphabet.
I know. Yay! I was like, what if she wanted to be a zoologist? This would have been the rest of the season.
It would have been the rest of the show, this episode at least. Like, can you imagine? They just keep coming back between commercial breaks and they're like, history of East Asian studies.
Mathematics.
Yeah. Just keep going with it. International relations. No. Okay. And then another commercial break, and then you come back. And
physical education.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fortunately, and then by the end, you get to zoologist. That's it. And then the
That's
credits
it.
roll.
Yeah.
um, hey, sometimes we come up with great ideas. Sometimes we come up with not great ideas. You be the judge what that one was.
I mean, that was us talking about a not great idea that didn't happen. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's true.
But he is gonna bring up architecture,
Yeah,
and he is going to pimp out his friend, Adam Davis, the grad student, and
sure.
say, "Hey, I can solve your problem." I mean, usually it's because you're going to have sex with me or because you just had sex with me, but this time I'm going to do it without that, and I'm going to involve another dude. So yeah, call him. He's doing stuff. His assistant or the person who usually helps him out with his architectural models is not available. So I can set that up, you know.
Yeah, maybe you can help him. I think
Yeah.
it was the thing that was stuck out the most to me in this, like a few sentences from Noel, is that he's like, he's a friend of mine. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, of all the
Yeah, you don't have
information
friends.
that he shared, is
Correct.
like a lot of very pertinent information about why this new character is being introduced for this episode. And I'm sitting there thinking, he doesn't have friends. We've
Yes.
never seen Noel have friends that aren't resident, like, advisees or like it.
No, this was someone who came into the guidance counselor's or the career advisor's office.
Probably.
Noel got him a job,
Yeah.
doing some sort of architectural thing, and then Noel called him a friend.
That's got to be it. Yeah. That makes sense.
What
I
stuck out to me the most was that after offering her a sandwich, which she declined, Noel then offers, like, she just stares at his sandwich.
mhm.
She just sits there. He's already offered Adam Davis up on a platter with
Mhm.
her new career, said he'll make the connection, and she has to have his sandwich.
Not
Like,
just
for
an
God's sakes,
entire
woman.
half of his sandwich.
Well, he said, "Do you want a bite?" And
Yeah.
I don't know if, like, it didn't look like she was gonna hand it back.
No.
I'm just
I had
saying.
a distinct impression that he just
Yeah.
gave her half of his sandwich.
Yes.
Yeah. Because,
Not
this
okay.
helped and she's feeling a little better about at least that thing. And now she's going to eat his whole, half of his sandwich. And
He was starving. He was just on an island
I'm
and had
telling
no
you,
food.
these
I
people,
mean, I don't know what to do. I mean, I want to
has he
like
learned
Felicity,
nothing? Yeah.
but you're right. Noel's still rolling over and Felicity's still eating his lunch.
Guess so.
Or in this case, midnight snack.
So true. Well, all right. So now we're going to get to the fight of the week again. I don't know. So we're still in the
Yeah.
loft.
Here's the thing, though. It is the fight of the week, except I I actually really liked the whole Sean Meghan thing.
Okay. I did too.
Um, because it's not a fight of the week. We've heard all of this before.
Hmm.
They are going to fight, but it's going to be about stuff that is an ongoing issue
Yeah, that's
with their
true.
relationship.
Yeah, I really like their makeup as well.
Well,
Their when they make up, not their makeup.
no, you
You're
didn't
like,
notice
you
their
liked
makeup.
their makeup?
Yeah.
And I was like,
Didn't you notice Megan's eyeshadow? It was so great.
no.
I really was, but she didn't know.
Well, so what's this fight about? Well, Meghan comes in. She's like, we got to go out. I want to go out. Let's go out tonight.
Yeah. I mean, we have that whole episode where she got told off, right? By her
Yeah.
former friends who said she's totally ditching them.
Yeah.
And this is not the first time she's brought this up.
No, it is not. And Sean is like, yeah, whatever. Look at my new invention. It's a shoe cover. It's
Yeah.
you put it over your shoes. You wear tennis shoes when you go out somewhere fancy, and then you put it over your shoe, and it looks like a fancier shoe.
Yeah. I mean, in all fairness, this is not his best idea. I really thought that this was more like, I don't know, galosh isn't the right word, but I think there is something that you can like put over your shoe if you have nice shoes on and it's like raining out or you have to walk through mud or something, and then you take it off and your shoes are still nice. That's what I thought he was doing, but it does not at all look like it looks like a tennis shoe in a garbage bag.
I think if somebody
So
could do this idea and it didn't look quite the way it looked when Sean tried to do it, I would be all in because I am all about comfort. And I find that stylish shoes are absolutely not about comfort and they generally hurt all sorts of body parts. So I usually refuse. I've gotten very into wearing flats. In a pinch, I have a pair of heels that I will wear on stage when I'm speaking for exactly the amount of time when I'm speaking. And then I put the flats back on because I can't do it with heels. But I do think that there is a market for people whose bodies are being absolutely worn down or just flat out don't want to deal with the discomfort of a nice shoe.
but again, you would just make a shoe that looked nice on the outside and was comfortable if you could do that. Like, imagine a stiletto. There's no way to take a tennis shoe and make it look like a stiletto and have it still be a tennis shoe.
But if you could do it.
Right. But Sean can't.
That's true.
So Meghan is not going to support him.
Meghan's seeing some obvious problems here. She actually sees him try to put this thing on. It's not right. She's like, this is stupid. People love to buy shoes. People want to buy shoes.
Yeah.
This is not a thing. And by the way, let's go out. No, seriously, we need to go out.
Yeah, she's like, we have to go out. And he's like, support me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is going to be their fight, but this is not, I feel like this is not a fight of the week. This is the fight this week, but I also feel like this has been the fight for many, 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 many weeks.
I appreciate your distinction.
Yes.
Guess what, Fish?
Mr. Norman's back.
Yeah, Mr. Norman's back. And we just plop right into a scene with Mr. Norman being the guidance counselor to Trevor and Ben again. Yeah. And I think what I love about this is all of the backstory I imagine. I think somebody from administration was like, okay, but actually the whole job handover thing that you did, none of that was ever real.
No.
So you still are in this role.
Yeah. I mean, he was leaving the guidance. What is Noel now? Is it guidance counselor, career services? I mean, look, Mr. Norman this is his third job. This is his promotion at the university that he could get into because he claimed another soul.
Yeah.
And stuck it in his old office.
Yeah. But then they were like, you didn't follow the correct paperwork. It's still your job.
Yeah.
Get back in the office. You don't get
he
subs.
Had a different office.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's there again. And he remembers Ben from back when he had the job previously. Mm-hmm. And there wasn't also Noel. And he didn't run away.
That's true.
Now, last time, if we remember, Mr. Norman was telling Ben that taking all these classes would kill him. Mm-hmm. But now, Mr. Norman's like, oh, I remember you. You got an A in OChem. That's not what happened last time, Mr. Norman. What happened last time, as you said, this course load was going to kill Ben.
Oh, so are you finding a discrepancy in season 4?
Yeah.
This never happened. This almost never happens.
Yeah.
Discrepancies.
Also, fully do not believe that Trevor got a B. Absolutely not. No way did Trevor get a B.
Yeah.
Zero chance.
It's the Hodges likes you now and almost killed you bump up.
Man.
Meh. So the question of the
minus
day.
At best.
Yeah. The question of the day is, what else can we do to get into med school?
Yeah, I love Mr. Norman. He just has this dry sense of humor, and it's just great.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, he's not as good as an A. And yes, you have to do volunteer work.
Yeah.
Med schools do care about it. You have to do it. And he only gives them one option.
Yeah, this is not your typical like Pavone session where she's like, would you like to be a stockbroker or a captain of ship or like he's going to give him one choice. Big brother. Hey.
And I mean, what are the chances that the one volunteer thing that has, again, nothing to do with medical school, like, volunteering in the clinic, like Ben already did, would be the thing where Ben would have to be a, quote, father figure.
Right.
Gee, what are the odds? My goodness. This
Yeah.
worked out very well.
Yeah, that's convenient.
Mhm.
Sure. So they're going to be like, okie doke, and they're going to take the forms. And in this moment, Ben does not notice the irony of it all.
Not at all.
Yeah. So we're going
Hmm.
to head to another office where Noel and Zoe work. Noel is going to run into Zoe.
Yeah, they're gonna do an awkward pass by.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, hi. She's gonna be like, hi. It's gonna be awkward.
Ugh.
And Noel's gonna turn around and be like, okay, this is awkward. Right? This is awkward.
But everything
Yeah.
about them in this episode is awkward. It's the beginning of a relationship awkwardness.
Yeah, with a little extra.
With a little extra. Yeah. Zoe is like, Noel's like, is this weird? Zoe's like, yeah, I just don't know how to be with you here. Well, we're just avoiding each other is what's happening.
Yeah, that
Well,
probably was a good idea. You probably should have
and
kept doing that.
yeah, Noel's like, well, you know what? How about we just be professional here? Let's just do that.
Yeah. To which Zoe says, great, I'm your new boss.
Yeah. So her
It's like,
dad's out of
wow.
town for 2 weeks, and he put her in charge of, I guess, running the meetings or whichever meetings he's, not going to be at, one of which involves her overseeing the CGG account
Hmm.
and making, I guess, whatever decisions need to be made. And Noel's like, okay, that's a wrinkle, but we're going to be professionals. And hey, do you want to come to a party tonight?
Here's the party. Here is the start of the party. This, again, another thing this episode does that I do kind of enjoy. I just imagine the party as a giant barrel. It's an empty barrel at first, and every time someone's invited, it's just people throwing more dynamite sticks into the barrel.
Yeah. By the way, well, we can talk about the party when we get to the party. I'll save my comment on this for a little bit later. But there's a lot of, every time they have some sort of a party on a season, it's like a huge
Yeah,
spectacle of an event.
everyone has to be there.
Yeah, even though they don't actually know anybody, but that's okay. So I will bring that up later. I brought it up now, but I'm putting a pin back in it. I'm going to bring it
They're
up again later.
probably all Molly's old friends
That's
that just
probably
keep
right.
showing up. I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh,
that would be
goodness.
my thought.
We'll have to speculate more, but we're going to go to another office
Hmm.
where Felicity is going to find Adam Davis, the
Yeah,
architect.
and I thought Adam Davis, I was expecting someone that I recognized, I guess, because, we've seen Adam Rodriguez, we've seen other people that I recognize from other stuff, and we've got Lauren on there right now. I mean, I've never seen this guy ever. So
You know what he's
I was
in?
a little let down by that. What?
Felicity, season 4, episode 13.
Oh, that's true.
Yep.
But other
That's where
than
I know
that,
him from. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. So the whole shtick here is that Felicity is there because she wants to learn about architecture. She wants to help him work on his model, see if this is the right career path. Adam is going through a personal crisis, and that is his number one priority now.
Yeah, he can't focus on anything else. He mostly sounds like he is going to start crying.
Yeah.
He's already on the phone with Dina, who has clearly dumped him.
Yeah, or he's trying to talk to Dina.
He's trying.
He's trying. He's being rebuffed at every pass.
And every time he takes a breath, Felicity is getting in there with, and architecture.
Yeah, she's trying to introduce herself. She's like, I'm here to help you with your model. Yeah. He's like, so if you're dating somebody,
right,
and it seems like it's going really well, and then they suddenly break up with you, yes or no, she's dating somebody else? Go.
Architecture? I'm Noel's friend. Noel's friend for architecture? I don't want to comment on your personal life. I'm just saying.
Hey, do you need help with that model?
And he's just like, Dina used to do the model.
It's due this week. But if you want to help, I mean, like Dina used to help with it.
Yeah.
He's so pathetic. It's
so
sad. Yeah.
This is not Owen. It's just Adam is no Owen.
He's
I'm
no
saying
Owen.
he would not. I would not set him up with Pam. Just
No, Adam's a walking red flag right now. Poor Adam. I mean, poor Adam does not have his act together.
no.
His world has been rocked by
I
Dina.
mean, I don't know who this Dina is, but I kind of want to know her.
I feel like I more want to know her than him. I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell.
We never meet her, and yet we're choosing her side in the breakup.
And chances are, like, she was cheating on him, but I'm not really that interested in Adam.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, there it is. So,
I think that we should not invite Adam to Caribbean Rhomboid. I feel like he doesn't get an invite.
okay, that seems
Like
really
I'm gonna veto
fair.
him. Can I blackball him?
I'm not
Can
even
I like
asking.
veto?
You don't even need to use your veto power here.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
We're
Um,
not we have a no Adam tolerance situation happening here.
got it.
That's okay. Well, you like Adam Rodriguez, but that's okay. That's not so there's at least one Adam that's being tolerated, but I don't know. All right. Anyway, not this
That's true.
character. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go
We're
to
gonna
Ben's
go.
room.
Yeah, we're gonna go from this awkward moment to, you know, it's a scene between Ben and his dad. And, Ben's around, he's packing up some stuff, and his dad's just stopping by. They're gonna go to the game together, apparently they're hanging out.
Yes,
Cool.
so yeah.
Um,
Dad,
I
his
mean,
dad's like, okay, so on the way to the game, let's stop by Lauren's first. I got her some books, what to expect when you're expecting,
yeah,
if this guy's not going to help her, I am.
because that's not gonna be awkward.
No.
Um,
And it's like, slow your
yeah,
roll.
yeah,
Let's talk.
yeah. I'm gonna sit down and look at the ground and kind of in a quiet voice,
Mm-hmm.
just clue you in. Here's the thing. It's me. I, I'm the father. But
The delivery
I
of
just
that,
found out.
yeah, just
Yeah.
to pause on that for a second, the delivery of that was so interesting from Scott Speedman because I wrote in parentheses after I'm the father, I wrote little boy. He sounds and he looks when he says that line
Mhm.
like a scared little boy talking to his dad. He's
Yep.
not looking at his dad, but he's like just this.
Confessing
Yeah,
something.
little boy is the only thing that I could think to write. And to have the little boy delivery of the words, I'm the father,
Right.
was so strange and so interesting.
But also probably how people feel, right?
Yeah, very vulnerable, very,
It's like, I'm gonna have a kid. Am I ready to do this? Like,
and his answer is no.
yeah,
Uh, like,
yeah.
and I don't know, it's awkward and there's shame. And his dad was just saying this guy was self-absorbed. And
Mhm.
like, I don't know, this is loaded.
But this is also almost always how Ben is around his dad.
Yeah.
Is this, can't look at his dad, has been like sort of hunched shoulders, like, and here, as opposed to in the past where it's felt like, okay, this is an abusive relationship, like he's reverting. It's
Mm-hmm.
like he is reverting here, but he's reverting and being
He's,
vulnerable.
yeah, he's like regressing.
Yeah, but he's also being vulnerable with someone who has hurt him.
Yeah.
Um, and I think it makes a lot of sense that he switches. It's like he goes back and forth between this and anger.
Mm.
So he becomes a lot more volatile because everything his dad is saying is kind of getting in there, and he has let himself be vulnerable. So if his dad then criticizes him or does whatever he's going to do, it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
He's opening himself up again, and he's going to be kind of defensive. Right after that, he says, "I'm the father." And then he jumps to, but I just found out a week ago, she didn't tell me for 4 months.
Mm-hmm. Before
And
he says that, he says, I know you think it's selfish, but So he kind of heads it off the pass and then goes on the offense. His dad's like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Yeah.
Deer in headlights.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't really.
It's like you can see him
like
roll back the tapes. What did I
Yeah.
say the first time I was talking to Ben about
Yep.
this?
Oh, crap.
How many things do I need to walk back right now? He doesn't though. He doesn't. Ben says, "I don't know. What do I do? Am I supposed to drop out? Am I supposed to get a job? I'm not ready for this."
Yeah. I mean, again, in some ways, he is looking for someone to tell him what to do, but he also is like, I want to be a doctor. And he's not fully, I think, giving his dad permission to just provide advice. And thankfully, his dad picks up on it this first time. And he's like, yeah, okay, you know what? You were right when you said it was complicated.
And the way he put his questions too, I mean, his dad is correctly reading the room that this is not the advice giving time, because as much as Ben is phrasing everything as a question, he's phrasing it as a list of reasons why this isn't going to work. It's like, what do I drop out? What do I get a job? I'm not like, I want to be a doctor. It's like, yeah, they're questions, but they're not there to be answered. They're there to be a compounding list of this isn't a thing I could do.
Rhetorical.
Yeah. So we're going to see Ben stop by Felicity's. Felicity is occupied working on a model and choosing to remain occupied working on a model.
Yeah, apparently she was supposed to come over and just didn't bother to pick up the phone to call or anything. So Ben had to come over. I assume, and go through the unlocked door.
Yeah, so she's apparently Adam Davis just was like, okay, work on the model. And she's like, do you have any instructions? She's like, no, Dina.
Yeah.
And then
that was my guess. Dina would know how to do it. Okay, got it.
She's like, what am I doing with this model? So she's trying to figure it out. And also, she's really happy to be occupied by this problem, I think, and not have to deal with Ben.
This is a distraction that she could use, even though she thinks she's messing it up. She's like, you know what? I should stay here. I'm not going to come over later. I'm just going to stay here and work on this model poorly.
Yeah, she declines going to Ben's, especially after Ben just informs her that he told his dad about Lauren. Oh, he listened. He was being all dad-like. Great. She's like, I'm staying here. I'm working on this model. Thanks.
And then Ben's just gonna be like, what is this? The fourth time now already? You know, everything okay? You seem upset. Like, he wants her answer, right? I feel like he's like, you know, my dad listened, but really, like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah,
like, tell me stuff. Open your mind and tell me stuff.
Yeah, and she just answers this question, I'm okay.
Which is what she continues to say to everyone.
Yeah, offering no additional words. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we're going to go back to another office. We're going to the one with Zoe and Noel. There's a meeting happening. Probably your typical, whatever day of the week catch up on all the different projects that are happening.
Looks like many a meeting I have been to.
Yeah, sure does. And Noel's
Monday morning.
Walk in, see Zoe sit across the room from her, and in comes Jessica.
Well, I think Jessica was already there. And Noel walks in and kind of sits. So Zoe's at the head of the table, and there's two open seats, one on either side of her. And Noel's going to sit down in an empty seat, like 15 degrees away, right? From Zoe. He's not going to sit at the head of the table. And I wouldn't either, right? Like, that's kind of where the boss sits. I mean, if you've ever been in a conference room, right? Like, people tend to organize themselves hierarchical. I can't say that word.
We know, hierarchically.
Yeah.
We got there. Yeah. Everybody, try saying it at home. Wherever you're listening to this podcast right now, say hierarchically.
Yeah.
Great. Well done. So,
So
yeah.
he's going to sit down, and this woman next to him, apparently her name is Jessica, is going to say hi in kind of, I thought, a flirty way.
Mhm.
And
Open him the eye a little
and
bit.
Sean's going to sit a little closer to Zoe. And so, to me, it seemed like in this scene, and we have to remember that I don't remember what's coming, but it seemed like, Zoe's heading the meeting, and she cuts off this flirting. Like, she kind of notices the flirty vibe that Jessica's giving.
He is
And
eyeballing Jessica. She is flat out staring Jessica down.
yeah, she's
Yeah.
not happy
Yeah.
with this. And so I feel like she cut off the flirting. And she's like, all right, Noel, go, stand.
Mm-hmm. By the way,
Dance.
Noel was not
Dance.
flirting.
No, Noel had no idea.
Noel had no
As
idea any of
Noel
this was happening.
does.
Yeah. He was there to work. He was there to be professional. He actually was. And so
His ducks were in a row. He had gotten them out of the bag and put them back in a row.
he put
was
them
not
in a
gonna
mail
let,
order catalog that he wanted to
Yeah.
share the idea for.
and he was not going to let the flirting of Jessica derail his ducks.
Yeah, he's going to present. He was asked to present his and Sean's idea. The idea was a mail order catalog. Zoe gives it exactly 0.2 seconds for him to start talking about it, and she says, "Nope,
Yeah.
nope, nope." He's like, but she's like,
no.
"Nope."
It's not just no. It was like, no, you're wasting money and you're dumb. Sit down, fool.
Yeah, I'm the boss. She's like, you haven't heard my idea, and yeah, I heard enough.
Yep.
Sit down. Yeah. My goodness.
So while I noticed that she was cutting off the flirting, I didn't notice it that much, because when she started cutting down Noel's ideas, I was like, is she overcompensating because she doesn't want people to know that she likes him?
Mhm.
That's where I thought this was going.
Probably a little bit of both, right? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but later it becomes obvious like why she did this.
Mhm.
But at this point in time, I thought she was like, okay, I don't want anyone to know there's something going on, because last time we got caught by my father, and was therefore overcompensating and being more harsh on him.
Yeah. It's awkward.
And that is different,
bit of a
I
line
think,
to
than
walk.
her. Yeah, but I think it is very different than what actually is going on with her.
Yeah. Well, whatever it is, Sean wants it fixed. There's a walk and talk that's happening here with Sean and Noel. Sean's like, you are going to talk to Zoe, right? You're going to fix this tension, this weirdness.
Mm-hmm.
And
Noel, wearing a fantastic leather jacket, just have to say it.
How about that?
Says, yeah, gonna fix it. I'm gonna talk to her. Talk to her.
And Sean's like, we can't have all this tension. I mean, it's like you can't have partner. You can't have this in relationships. Like with Meghan hating my ideas. You can't have that either.
Yeah. He's just like, you don't understand. I can't go to work here, and then I go home and I had this great idea. And he starts talking about his shoe covers, and he's just like, it's such a great idea. And Meghan shoots them all down. He's explaining it as the two of them are waiting in line at an outdoor coffee cart with a nice blonde barista behind it named
Clancy. Yes, she has been listening. She is really, she's listening to Sean, and she says, you should call them shoe jackets. It's like a light shines down on her from the heavens.
I mean, someone is supportive of his ideas.
He basically fully starts flirting with her over shoe jackets.
100%.
Yeah, he invites her to the party.
More dynamite.
Yep. Noel is like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you're married. Yeah, like, you are married.
Yeah. By the way, yeah, this just in. Okay, so
John's like, not a problem. I invited her for you, Noel. Didn't I make that clear when I said how great she was and that shoe jackets were perfect, and then invited her to a party without acknowledging you in any way, shape, or form?
Like, I don't know that was for me. That's fine.
That was for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we need another invitation to this party. Okay, so let's go to theater class,
More
acting
dynamite.
class. So Meghan and some guy named Rocco.
Right. Yeah, because at this point I just wrote down Guy because I didn't know his name until much later.
Yeah, we don't
But
find it out yet.
Rocco tracks with this guy. I feel like that is in fact his name.
This feels right. So they're in a scene where Meghan is totally disinterested until Rocco pulls her in for the big kiss.
Well, I mean, they're doing the iconic Romeo and Juliet, let lips meet as hands do scene. And if anyone is going to, you know, be less interested in playing Juliet, you know, I don't know. But Meghan is definitely not into it.
Okay,
She's just like, you've got to be kidding me. And this guy's really into it. And then, you know, that is part of the scene. So he does. He pulls her into what apparently seems like a good kiss, because Meghan's going to be left speechless and leaning forward afterward.
I love this guy, this moment, right after the kiss. He like comes in, it's this awesome, passionate kiss. And then he goes, scene, and he gives a peace sign.
Yeah.
Just walks off stage.
Yeah, it was great. And she's just like standing there kind of like with weak knees.
I feel like you're just reeling a little bit. Scene, peace sign.
Yeah.
Award. I'm going to give that an award. I don't even give a lot of awards. I don't even know what award I want to give it. It's the Rocco Scene Peace Sign Award.
Perfect.
Guys, go back and watch it. It's 0.3 seconds of the episode. But it's
gold.
Yeah, you're going to enjoy it.
I also remarked on it. It's fantastic.
I actually like everything about Rocco. He's going to say something later that is my like quote of the episode. He so doesn't care. He's so like, he's just Rocco. Okay.
He's Rocco. And I like Rocco. I mean, God, especially compared to Adam. I mean, two opposite people.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, so after the scene is done, he comes over. He's like, hey, you got to check out my band tonight. We're playing at 1 a.m. We're playing at 1. It's like 1 a.m. He's like, yeah.
He's like,
p.m.
of
I'm
course.
in bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just see in her eyes that she's like, I can finally go out.
These are my people. She's like,
damn, I can't.
You know where you could go? Party.
Yeah. We could pre-party at this party. Dynamite stick. You should come, and then we can go see your band.
And Javier is standing next to them this whole time, and Javier's just like got question marks all over his face. What are you doing?
Yeah. One giant question mark. You are also married.
Oh my goodness. Well, let's go to another train wreck. So Felicity is done.
There's so many in this episode.
Yeah, it's rough. Felicity has maybe finished the model, if this model can be finished in a way. She doesn't know. She's bringing it to Adam, who can't even see that she's bringing him a model at this moment. He has a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Adam has a plan, and that is she is going to call Dina for him.
Yes.
So that Dina will pick up.
Well, and see if a guy picks up or if Dina picks up.
Yep.
And so he's dialing. Yep. And Felicity's like, no, he's dialing. And just hands the phone to Felicity. She's like, Dina? And he's like off to the side. Is it a dude? Yeah.
Which it seems to be a dude, but that dude's going to give the phone over to Dina, who then is going to hang up when Adam tries to take the phone. Oh, boy.
Yeah. Like, Dina, who's that guy? Click.
Yeah.
His world is just falling apart.
Adam is falling apart. And then as the wreckage is coming down around him, he sees the model.
Yeah. He's like, Dina. And then he like looks down at the model and is like, holy, what is that?
It is all wrong. All wrong.
Completely wrong.
So much work to do to fix this.
Dina would have done it so much better. Dina used to do the models.
I know.
Dina.
So he's gonna she wants to help him fix Felicity wants to help him fix it. He's like, can you help me fix it tonight, please? And that's the plan. So she's going to help him fix it tonight.
Yes. I mean, look, he's going to say, "Can you work tonight?" And we know Felicity's answer is always yes. When asked to
Yeah.
do something, her answer is always yes,
I mean,
no
yeah,
matter how inconvenient.
I've been thinking she probably predicted this.
Yeah.
She might have cleared her schedule for that night,
Yep.
knowing that she didn't know what this model was supposed to be about, and she had to do it entirely better.
I mean, yeah,
There's a
correct.
pretty good chance that this was not going to be the type of work that Anna was expecting. Um,
Yep.
but first, let's go to the loft.
Yeah. Um, I so we get this scene. It starts with Ben walking out of his room and down the hallway towards the living room. And I think this is the first time that we've gotten just a few seconds of really looking down that hallway.
Mm-hmm.
And it just really shows you how big this loft is. I mean, it is gorgeous. There's a giant hallway with this, you know, floor to ceiling window at the end of it. And I mean, then he walks into the kind of living room area and the camera's backing up and it's I don't know, it just struck me again how gorgeous this loft is
Look
and
at you
how
noticing
huge.
architecture.
I it struck me. It's so pretty.
Nice.
Um anyway,
Well, Ben's gonna stop. Ben's dad is gonna stop by. He's gonna enter the
again,
loft.
remember when Edward Porter was stalking
I
Felicity?
sure do.
Yeah, kind of feels like
Oh,
that's happened.
I forgot to mention some, now that you said that, I'm interrupting our podcast about this to mention something I
Okay,
forgot to mention in the last episode. Remember when there was that really super cool what was your word?
animatronic.
Animatronic curator of the museum,
Yes.
or no, gallery. That was Eric Anderson, Edward Porter's real life wife.
Really?
Yep. I rediscovered that somebody replied or liked a comment from eons ago on Instagram on the Felicity Restoration Project account. And I totally forgot about that. I remember at the time being like, oh, I've got to save this one for Fish. And I didn't, but I did now by
Yeah,
accident. Um,
but that's amazing.
yeah.
I
So I
like
guess
that.
by proxy, we kind of had a little bit of Edward Porter-ish feeling,
Yeah,
but
I
not
mean, there
really.
was definite rejection, which is mostly what she
Sure
gets from
was.
him, and
Yeah.
judgment.
Yeah. Yeah, it's priceless.
Huh.
Yeah. Well, I see what
Just
you're
one big
saying.
family.
Dad's popping by. So
Yeah.
Ben is not going to be around for too long because he's supposed to be going to this Big Brother thing. You know, he's supposed to meet
Yes.
his little brother. I don't know what they call them. But his dad is like, yeah, 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 yeah. I've been thinking about what you shared, the news, the father thing.
Yeah, like maybe now's the time to give advice.
Yeah.
No, incorrect. Incorrect
No.
read.
Oh boy, this is rough. So he's like, I know it's a tough position.
Hmm.
Aiming for the compliment sandwich, right? But it
Right?
fails.
Yep.
But you're making a mistake, I think. You might regret this choice.
Hmm.
Ben's
A
like, hey, look,
kid needs his father.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Ben's like, hey, look, she decided this, not me.
Yeah. He's like, I, the way, the way he put it, it really struck me. It's like it's decided, you know. She decided to have a baby. I decided not to.
Yeah.
Like that's it. And his dad, he kind of walks into this
Yeah.
because his dad is then going to say, you know, I've I've been through this. Like I have personal experience. Unfortunately, his personal experience is with Ben.
Yeah.
So he kind of knows how that went.
Yeah.
He
His
gets
dad's
real
like,
mad.
no, the answer to this is be a father to this kid.
Yeah.
Ben's like, wait, wait. You're saying
Yeah.
that to me is
Right.
what's happening? Nuh-uh.
No.
His dad's
He
like,
gets pissed.
yeah, his dad's like, well, I'm trying to be a dad now.
Yeah, I mean, Ben is like, you are the last person on earth I want advice from, on this. You weren't a father. And his dad, he's like, well, I'm trying now. I'm trying to give you some advice now. Ben does not want to hear it from his father. This is
It's a
not
little
something,
late.
yeah, it's not the right time. It's not the
Nope.
right delivery.
Mm-mm.
I don't think there is any world in which this message is delivered from his dad and Ben takes it well.
Right.
But I do think he knows he's right, which is also why he's getting defensive. So he has this huge blow up, right? I mean, it's huge blow up, but like he's definitely angry. He's yelling about how he doesn't want to be a father, how his father wasn't a father, all this stuff. And he's on his way to be a father figure to this kid. So we go from him and his dad into a scene where he is walking down the street to go hang out with this kid, and you see this little kid
So cute.
sitting alone, so cute, just alone on the streets of New York, sitting on some steps. Seems like it's cold outside.
Yeah.
Nobody there. And Ben's walking towards him. And I have to admit, I I knew this was going to happen, right? We all knew this was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Ben's just like, nope, can't do it. Turns around, walks away. But it was pretty darn funny. I was like, there's this really cute kid sitting there alone, and Ben, nope,
No,
walking away, leaving
yeah,
child
they
alone.
totally lock eyes. Like there is
Yeah,
a definite moment where they both know they're supposed to be meeting each other,
right,
and Ben just
correct.
turns around and stands them up. When they cast this kid, they were like,
I
we
know.
need the cutest kid. We need the cutest, most adorable child. Where can
We
we
gotta
find? No,
have
not cute
like
enough, not cute.
big,
You're right.
big, chubby
Oh
cheeks.
my God.
Oh my goodness. And then,
Loved it.
and in big innocent eye, someone who's
Oh,
gonna
those
look just,
eyes.
it's just gonna look so sad when they're left alone on the street of New York.
Yes. It needs to hit you hard in 2 seconds. And it did. Oh my
Except some of
goodness.
us just started laughing because it was just too ridiculous. It
Wow.
was like, I mean, I get it, but it's so sad it's funny.
Okay.
Like,
I hear you.
when people get hit by buses. I also
Like
think that's
that.
funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
It's like a Todd Mulcahy moment,
it's like that. Okay.
abandoning a child on the street of New
Hey,
York. It's just
listeners,
funny.
did you laugh at this moment or no? Like I just, it's fine. No, don't answer. It's fine. Okay, I'm baiting you. Um, okay, let's go back to another office. It's the same office with Noel and Zoe. That's the one. Noel. See, here's the thing about Zoe and Noel. She she gets weird, right? And
Yeah.
she comes off, it's a little clunky for her as a character in these early days, especially. It's all going to be part of the weirdness. But what I like about her is what we see about Noel, because I
Okay.
feel like he's approaching this very differently. He is not desperate man. He is not, I'm eating your face like a hamburger man.
Yeah.
He's like, I've got boundaries. I don't want drama. Don't
Yep.
pull me into nonsense. This is not the Noel. We have never had cause to see this Noel with Felicity.
Yeah, he can't think when Felicity's around.
But
He's not
with
rational.
Zoe, it's like I want him to have a healthy relationship, and the only way he can get there with anybody is by him like just cutting the nonsense. And
And the thing that, I mean, maybe I kind of get this scene now because I really didn't like this scene,
mhm,
but it does show Noel, like, in order for Noel to cut through the nonsense, somebody has to create nonsense.
yeah,
So, okay, fine. So Noel is going to walk into the office, and apparently it's the next day.
mhm,
And he's going to say, "Can I talk to you?"
yeah,
And we know what that means.
sure,
He basically is like, "So what's up with yesterday's meeting? Huh? Like what the hell was that?
Like, was trying to be professional. He's like, but you missed professional. It was more insulting.
Yeah, she's like, I didn't like your ideas. And then she just goes, well, even with, I was being professional, she's 100% gaslighting him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hard.
Yeah.
Because she goes from, I was being professional, I didn't like your ideas, to, I know it's hard to work below me. You know?
No, and in response to these things, Zoe says, I didn't like your ideas. He's like, you haven't heard them.
Yep.
And he's not saying it to fight. He's saying it to say, stop this.
Yeah.
And she's like, I know it's hard for you to work below me. He's like, Zoe, you wouldn't have this account if it weren't for me.
Yeah. And he's very firm, and he's like, he doesn't, he doesn't, you're right, he doesn't fight, he doesn't get defensive, he doesn't get desperate. He's just like, look at our ideas, they're good. End of sentence. Like, leaves the room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's why like it I wasn't sure what you'd be thinking about Zoe at this point, because Zoe, if we will look back and be like, she's a hot mess right now, actually, in her world. And she is doing a lot of like, a beginning of a relationship is a dramatic time. It's like, what are we on the same page? We're not on the same. I don't know. We're on the same page. There's risk. There's a lot going on. They're in the office. They're not in the office. There's a lot happening. Zoe is potentially pulling him into nonsense. And I just love that this is the first time I've ever seen Noel be like, I deserve better.
Yeah. Okay.
And
I agree.
and he's not being mean to her about that. He's just, like you said, the word firm, I think, is excellent. It's and I don't even want to use the word mature, because I think maturity doesn't look like the same thing in all cases, but he just, enough's enough. Like, he deserves better than games and nonsense and confusion and drama. He wants better than that.
And not even just in his personal life, also in his professional life.
Yeah.
I mean, this is also his workplace. I think he is being professional and rational. And, even knowing what I do about Zoe, right? Mm-hmm. Spoiler alert, wait for it. Suffering from depression or whatever else she has going on in her world, it's not an excuse for gaslighting him.
Mm-mm.
And it's not an excuse for, I could see the overcompensating for cutting down his ideas. Mm-hmm. I think the actual reason she does it is even less excusable. So there may be a reason for it, but there's no excuse. Like, it doesn't, Noel is, I think, completely in the right to say, mm-hmm. No, like this is not reality. Here's what reality is.
And by the end of this scene, like, Zoe can't even really meet his gaze. She's like,
she couldn't meet his gaze at the beginning of the scene.
Yeah.
She's like looking down the whole time.
Yeah. Him having little moments like this with Zoe, and it's not the only time we're going to see him have moments like this with Zoe. He's pulling her to a healthier relationship. He's like, I'm not having this dynamic. Yeah. Here's where I am, and you can either be here with me or not be here.
Yep.
And we're going to see in this episode that she's like, I think where you are is a better place.
She's correct. Yeah.
I see your point. And this is, again, it's not the only time he's going to have to do this, but it's like very active choices that he and she are making to be, I don't know, to have a healthier relationship than Noel has ever seen in his life.
It's interesting, how he is with different women. Mm-hmm. It's like he's a hot mess with Felicity and Tyra Banks. And then Ruby, I thought they were a good match, but you know, I don't know. I feel like they would have been a good match out of state with Felicity not being in the picture.
Hmm.
He was still too wrapped up in that. And so I feel like now he's kind of gotten over Felicity
Hmm.
and he can move on, but he's picked up another hot mess of a woman.
Mm.
And now he has to be the like rational one.
Yeah.
And so he's kind of stepping into that role. Um,
But he's not, but I guess what I like about it is that yes, all of that's true, but he's not approaching Zoe like a project that he has to work on either, like that, because that could be a thing. It
yeah,
seems more to me like he's just saying, I'm interested. I like you. I want to be professional at work and I want to like you outside of work. And if that's a thing we can do, great. And if it's not, that's fine. Like
I don't, I don't think I've gotten the impression that Noel has ever treated a woman like a project. I
no,
think
I don't
he,
either, but I think it could go in that direction, right? I think it's not
okay,
like he's saying, oh, she's a woman who's, you know, when I say he's in a healthy place and kind of bring her to that place, it's not like that's his duty. It's like, no, I'm standing over here and you either join me or you don't. And
yeah.
um
And I think it kind of goes to his self-esteem issues, right?
mm,
This is in the professional space. He feels more in control when it is professional
mm,
because he has more faith in, I think, his like work with design than he does in his personal life.
yeah.
And so it's a little bit like, home court advantage. Plus, when he kind of said bye to Felicity, I think he gained some self-respect there,
Mhm. Yeah.
it feels like he's not as insecure.
Yeah.
And so he
Yeah.
doesn't have to be all weird.
And he
Like
doesn't
if
have
he,
to beg Zoe. He doesn't
yeah,
have to play games with Zoe. He doesn't have to be hungry for Zoe. He could just be. And
yeah,
um, if Zoe wants to be with him, you're welcome to do that, Zoe.
yeah.
Uh,
It's
yeah,
not a great love, as in like the storybook Great Loves, but it's definitely a healthier place. Agreed.
it's a different Noel. I mean, I like seeing this Noel. I like seeing the evolution of how he got to here. He is a far cry now from where he was with Tyra Banks. I'll tell you that. Um, Can you imagine like light years difference? I mean, it's just wild to me. And obviously with like basically everybody else. I mean, Felicity, that relationship with Felicity is just pain all over the
It
place.
is. It's a lot of toxicity there.
Yeah. So yeah, well, all right, let's go back to Adam and Felicity.
That's where we want to be at 4 a.m.
Yeah, they're finishing a model.
Yep, redoing the whole model. But it's
Hmm.
it's a good distraction for both of them.
Yeah. And he's like, well, why is it a distraction for you? She's like, well, you know what? Life is just intense right now. That's it.
Like, don't
Uh,
talk about it.
yeah, that's all.
Yep.
Um,
But he's going to be
Adam,
complimentary.
yeah,
Like you're really good at this. Maybe this is what you're looking for. Maybe you want to be an architect. Like he's being supportive.
yeah.
And then it gets a little weird.
Eh.
Similarly to Noel having no idea that Jessica was flirting with him, it seems that Felicity is unable to decipher um, when someone is asking her out on a date because he's like, I would like to take you to dinner.
To
To
say
say
thanks
thanks. That's a
slash
date.
slash be on the rebound. Yeah,
Right. And
from Dina.
Felicity, yeah,
Oh my God.
clearly. And instead of Felicity saying, I have a boyfriend, um, but, as friends, why don't you come to this party? She skips that first line. And
Hmm.
by skipping that first line, just like more dynamite into the barrel.
Yeah.
She's
Does he
just
want
like,
to come to the
hey,
party?
yeah, like I can't do dinner, but let me actually ask you out on a date without knowing it. You want to come to the
Yeah.
party?
Oops.
Yeah.
He's into it. He agrees. It's like, and by the way, whatever is wrong will be fine.
Yeah.
No, it will not, Adam. How do you know, man? Hey, let's go to the party, Fish. Should we go to the party?
I mean, I don't think we have any other choice.
We pretty much have to. That's where we are in our notes.
Yep.
Okie doke. So Trevor and Ben,
Yeah.
they're comparing notes about how their meetings went with the Big Brother kids that they met. Trevor's like, mine was awesome. And Ben's like, so's mine. But
yeah,
he's totally lying.
it's more like Trevor's kind of poking at Ben. He's like, "Did you meet your kid?"
Yeah.
And Ben like sidesteps the issue, and
Yeah.
Trevor's saying, "My kid was so great. Like, how was yours?"
Mm-hmm.
It's like fun.
Yeah. Hey, guess what, Fish?
Yeah.
We're gonna have an Elena sighting in this episode.
I know. I was like, "Oh my God!"
She says
Elena
to Trevor,
comes in,
let's dance.
and she brings a phone.
Uh-huh.
And I wrote down and underlined, "That's it."
That's it. That's all you're getting from
Seriously?
Elena. They
You
officially
want to dance? You have a phone call? What?
Yeah.
This
Yep.
this is more insulting than her just not being in the episode.
Right. Yeah.
Not okay. Not like I'm going to give this a negative award. This is like, what is the opposite of an award? I'm giving it a demerit. I am
Wow.
demeriting this episode for their use of Elena in bringing a phone and asking Trevor to dance.
Like, which one of these people is the bigger character? Elena.
Not okay. Demerit.
Yeah. I think it's part of my beef with the whole Trevor thing because it's just weird. It's all just weird. She's not a side piece to Trevor.
And it was weird because she was like, let's dance. And then Trevor is like, and like throws her onto a bed or something in the same room. It was like weird. It's like, what are you doing?
Writers, get it straight. You have an asset here. You have Tangy. Okay. Just deal with it. All right.
The merit.
Give her something. But also at this party, we've got Noel and Sean. Sean is totally preoccupied about whether Clancy is going to show.
For Noel, right? But also, does Sean look nice?
Yeah, does Sean look nice? And I was like, what are you doing?
I know. Dude, you're married.
Yeah. Rational, sensible Noel is not having any of this.
No.
But then Zoe's going to enter.
Yeah. Then he's like, she's here.
Yeah.
And that's a little bit of a fake out because as the camera pans, we see it's Zoe, not Clancy.
Mm-hmm.
Although were Clancy's hair straight, they probably all three could be confused for one another.
Yeah.
It's fine. So, he's surprised that she showed up.
Mm-hmm.
I would be too.
Yeah, but Noel's going to go over to her, but we won't see that just yet.
Mm-mm.
We are going to see
an unfortunate scene.
This is unfortunate. So Ben and Felicity. Ben has got a call. He has to go to find his dad because his dad called him because he was going to drink.
And Felicity has the ugly braid. The ugly braid is back, and that's what I would like us to focus on in this scene so we don't have to focus on the other part.
Yeah.
Ugly braid.
Oh my goodness. Well, now we're going to go to Meghan with Rocco. Rocco, that is beloved by both me and Fish.
Yeah.
Because
so great.
Because everything they gave us from Rocco is pure gold, including this scene, which he's like,
I love this whole scene.
Yeah.
It's between Meghan, Rocco, Sean, and Clancy. And Meghan and Sean are just walking back and forth across this crowded party in between the two other people and like having conversations with each other the whole time. They're just moving, and it's really well shot and hilarious.
That's excellent. And I appreciate and I applaud your analysis, your breakdown of what we're seeing in this scene. What I was thinking was, so Rocco's in a band. So could Rocco be like an alternate to Caribbean Rhomboid in a pinch when needed. But then in this scene, Rocco's like,
no. He could be an opener. He could be the spoken word opener.
Yeah, that's the thing. His band is so what I enjoy here. Like it's like, so what instrument do you play? He's like, I'm not really into instruments.
Yeah.
And I was like, what happens in your band? You're in. Caribbean Rhomboid needs you. But then he says it's a spoken word band. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I get it.
People might not call that a band.
I might not call it a band, but hey, you know what?
He does.
Rhomboid, whatever.
Hey, Rocco can do no wrong. So done.
By the way, the music in the background of this scene, because Fish and I were both watching the same DVD episode, the music in the background of this scene, like the salsa music.
Yeah, it's Latin music. And you're right. It's odd. It's weird.
So it is the same music that they used earlier this season when Richard was dancing with Tammy and Gabby.
When I had the weird other music and you were like, it's brought to you by Latin music.
Yeah.
I was kind of wondering about that because I was watching this and I was like, I'm hearing Latin music. Maybe this is what you were talking about.
Yeah. When you hear that
saying it's weird.
That's
it's weird. Music. It does not seem to go with the party.
Well,
that is happening.
Unless you're salsa dancing at that party.
But I feel like,
or like mambo.
This is like a large house-based party.
So true.
Let's
talk about that, shall we? How do they know all these people? How
they don't.
Even if you have like we're going to put flyers up around campus. How do like if each of them told one person they knew, some of them would struggle.
Yeah. Yep.
So how did it get this big? I don't know.
Look, they had all those people at the New Year's party, right?
Yes.
So like, I assume all those people wanted to come back because that was such a great party. Yeah. And then they all bring a friend, and then you can fill the loft. I mean, they've also had things like
they have the Halloween party too. I mean,
they have the Halloween parties over the years. We've got all of Julie's friends that were like just left hanging, and all of Molly's friends that were left hanging. And
name one of each of their friends.
Avery and James were both brought in by Molly. That was one of my big issues.
Neither of whom can show up at this house anymore.
But I'm just saying, the people they brought, this is what we know.
Yeah.
They bring bad people to parties.
Yeah.
Now, clearly, at least two people, Clancy was invited by Sean. And, I think this whole episode shows us how they get people to their parties. They just find the most awkward moments of their life and then invite whoever is near them at that time to the party.
That has to be how it's done because they literally don't know other humans. Why wasn't Owen at this party? He is the actual only friend.
I feel like Owen probably was at the party. He was there.
I guess so.
I believe he was there.
Oh my goodness. But Elena doesn't have any other people?
Oh, I think they're there. I think Elena has people.
Okay.
I mean, I think Tara and Tara are probably both there.
I guess so.
They've probably made up by now.
Probably.
That's two more.
Well, so Megan's having this chat with Rocco. We learn about
she's
spoken
flirty.
word band.
Come on. She's flirting with Rocco.
Sure is.
Who wouldn't?
Sean Isis shows up and he's like, hey, I'm Megan's husband. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Rocco's like, what's happening?
Yeah. He's just like, all right.
And then Clancy comes in.
Yeah, he turns his head and he sees Clancy.
Mm-hmm. Who says hi to Sean.
He's gonna go off and see Clancy.
Yep. And Rocco reveals that he's into the whole open marriage thing, but Megan is now eyeballing Sean and Clancy. She goes over and introduces herself as Sean's wife to Clancy.
Yep. She's like, hey, Sean's my husband. Now I'm going to go flirt with that guy.
Mm-hmm.
So the two kind of separate. Clancy, I enjoyed this moment for her. She was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And Sean's like, no, she's just a little crazy. He completely says he's not married. to Meghan.
Yeah.
He's got to be wearing a ring, right? I mean, can she not see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now Sean and Meghan are just going to ignore these other people
Mhm.
and have a full-on fight where they just keep
Walking
saying
back and forth.
newsflash. Yeah.
Yeah. Just walking back.
Newsflash. Rocco's cool and he likes to hang out. Newsflash. Clancy likes shoe jackets.
Yep.
Slash. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. With the Latin music going on, it's this big confrontation that I actually think is really important in relationships. And while they're doing it in a funny way, the point is they're telling each other, hey, these have been long-standing issues in our relationship, and I have found someone else who is giving me what I need. In the one
Uh-huh.
case, support, Sean needs support, and in the other case, excitement. Meghan
Mm-hmm.
needs excitement.
Sure.
So they're going to other people for this because they haven't been able to satisfy each other's needs. They have been very clear with each other about what their needs are.
Yeah.
So step one has been accomplished.
Yeah.
Now they will need to move beyond that to actually meeting each other's needs as a
Sure,
married
sure,
couple.
sure. But for the moment, they're going to just separate again, go back to their respective people who are like, what are we doing at
Yeah.
this party?
Well,
Who are these people?
Rocco's open to whatever.
Yeah.
So it's
Clancy
fine.
is
Rocco's cool.
Yeah.
Clancy doesn't think they're actually married. She thinks Meghan's nuts.
Yeah.
So there's no reason for either of them to leave.
Fair.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So now Adam's going to enter the party. He's
Yeah,
going to
what the
find
hell,
Felicity, who is standing alone, eating food all throughout the party, or not eating food. She's chewing. She's chewing food that's not in her
Chewing
mouth.
air. She's chewing air, and apparently she's chewing air as a damsel does in distress. I found nothing about Felicity that looked like she was not okay. But Adam is going to go up very concerned about her. Are you okay?
Yeah.
It's like, I've got all my limbs. I mean, what are you asking about?
I was like, I know the braid's a bad choice, but whatever.
I mean, that might be it.
Yeah. So he's like, okay, well, I submitted our model, but the other entries were really good. Oh, I don't know.
He says, we have no chance.
Yeah.
And she, Felicity's like, well, I'm fine. My braid's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we do.
He's going to say, let's get a drink.
Yeah. Yep. Because that's a good idea. I mean, not only has Ben left and you never clarified that you have a boyfriend, you're being comforted and being supportive of this guy, and now you're at a party together that you invited him to, and you're going to start drinking together.
Yep.
This is a recipe for nothing but just wonderful memories.
Yeah.
Right?
So true. Well, okay. Zoe and Noel, we're going to get a scene with them outside the party in the hallway.
Yes.
And she's like, yeah, your catalog ideas were good. Mm-hmm.
A sentence no one has ever said, ever.
Well, she said it.
Yeah.
And I just did.
I mean, I'm just saying, you're a digital guy in the early aughts, like, really a mail order catalog?
Sure.
All right.
Around this, circa this time, Fish was the one who told me about the original model for Netflix, which was you order DVDs which get mailed to you, and then you put them in the mail back, and that was Netflix.
Yeah. Well, Netflix only recently stopped doing that.
Really?
Yeah, like maybe like this year.
Right. See,
so
there's a market for this.
I mean, until 2023, that was part of their model. They have recently stopped, but very recently.
Yeah.
So I'm, hey, longevity.
Yeah. Well, Zoe's mid-apology here, right? So she's like, I'm sorry. You're right. I wasn't professional. It's just that you came in, you sat across the room from me, next to Jessica. Noel's like, Jessica who?
Yeah. I mean, this is the most ridiculous thing. I'm like, are we in middle school? Like,
Yeah.
go with the overcompensating thing. That's an actual thing. But
Yeah.
really, she's jealous because Noel sat next to Jessica
Hmm.
in a professional meeting instead of walking up and sitting next to you at the head of the table.
Hmm.
Like, no,
And
no.
Noel approaches it in that very way. He's just like,
Yeah.
Jessica who? And then he's like, so this is all about me sitting next to Jessica?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
such like a polite but cut the crap phrase to say. It was just like, stop it. And she does.
Yeah, she
She's
does.
like, okay, I don't know. Look, I like you. And Noel's like, well, if I'm being honest, I was nervous to be near you. She's like, why? Why? All right. So then they kiss.
Yeah, I almost feel like he was throwing her a bone
Hmm.
with this nervous to be near you. I mean, it almost was like a line that worked for
Yeah.
Noel. Um, does this happen? Did he learn something? Um, I mean, I feel like maybe he and Tracy are still hanging out.
Look, we have seen Noel not have boobs before. We've seen him get a straw from a waitress instead of asking her for her number.
Hmm.
We have seen him get rebuffed by Bridget,
Hmm.
where he's like, "Hey, where's the keg?" She's like, literally
No,
right next to you.
it's here and it's never gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, Zoe's into this, he's into this,
Yeah.
but he's just like, I'm not with this crap. Like, stop it. Um,
It is the most game he's ever had, and he's the most self-assured he's ever been. And in part,
I
I
mean,
don't
he
know.
had game with
It's
Natalie, but it was just
oh, that
Natalie
was
thing
weird
was a
though.
different
That was
thing.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was him and his like I had a nervous breakdown alternate persona. I
Yeah.
don't think that counts. But the thing that I find I don't I don't know what the show is trying to say with Noel, but it's like he can only be confident around weak or broken women.
Hmm.
And it's it's really like in general it's really not healthy. I
Hmm.
do kind of wonder if Zoe didn't have these issues,
Hmm.
would he be like this? Or would he be desperate Noel again?
Um, I see Zoe a little bit differently. She's got these things, but she is capable of finding herself in a healthier space. Um,
But that's not
we're
what
we're
we've seen
going,
so far.
yeah, he's going to be teasing out of her these like she's going to have over how I don't know however many episodes, but she's going to be having like these uh what's the word that I want? Not sensitivities or vulnerabilities, but like these things that are she's bothered about her capability of being in a relationship. Um, she's got
Anxieties,
anxieties,
triggers.
reservations. I'm not finding the word that I want, but maybe we'll land on it eventually. She's got these like hangups about like she's things she's worried about, and she's very protective of herself. Very protective
Okay.
of herself. You don't see that right now. What you see is these weird little game things she's playing. Um, but every time Noel comes back to her, I mean, this is their dynamic that I'm spoiling, but like every time Noel comes back to her and is like, I am not doing that. And she's like, neither am I. And she rises to the occasion. And it won't be forever that it's like that, but she's like, she has to get through this crap first.
I
Um,
just wonder, like looking at it from his perspective, though, if she was a strong, confident woman who, her dad runs the business, she's capable in meetings, she is like, power suited up, like looks great, all the great stuff, right?
mhm.
Does Noel just fall apart? And I kind of feel like
Hmm.
the way that they were initially, I mean, they met and then they started, like, the first things that he knows about her is she hangs out alone in this office, drinking, like having pizza, like she had, there's something there that, you know,
Hmm.
doesn't threaten him, I guess. Like, she
Yeah.
doesn't have it together.
Like
Um,
in some aspects of her life, and then in another aspect, she's like running meetings in the office and
well,
wielding
not
a
very well
certain
here.
amount of power. And like, well, yeah, but then she's in pitch meetings and she's, like she's also um, you know, status wise,
Yeah, but
she's at his level professionally or above. And then
I would
like
say above, but
personally, I would say above too.
he's
Personally,
not
it's weird,
seeing that. What he's
but he
seeing
knows it
is the middle
exists.
school version of her where she's jealous of Jessica and she's hanging out
Yeah.
alone in, he's seeing this version of her. And to me, that's giving him confidence, which I think is
Mm,
completely in line with who Noel is, and
interesting.
just part of the whole Noel character that I have come to really dislike.
Fair enough. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what you think as this evolves because of that tension of like him also saying he doesn't want that. Because every time he sees her behave in this way, he's like, stop it. I'm happy to not be in this relationship if this is going to be how it is. And then she's just like, all right, not doing that. We see her do it here. So I think it's like he's attracted to it and also um, making it stop like as much as he can. So it's
He
like,
likes to be that person who makes it stop. He
yeah.
likes to be the person to, it almost is like he's fixing her. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she is a project.
Interesting. Listeners, we need your feedback.
Mm,
Tell us what you think about Zoe slash Noel.
interesting.
I think for me the interesting thing about Zoe is how Noel is, but
I think they're both interesting, but I'm interested to see more because I,
mhm.
I would like to see how this evolves, because the way it is right now is continuing to feed this narrative around Noel that is very negative towards women.
Interesting. Well, I guess I feel validated in being excited about Zoe's character because I think there's a lot to talk about with her. So we'll see. We'll just see where she
Yeah,
goes. Um,
right.
but we're gonna get Felicity and Adam.
Yeah,
They're still at the party
Adam's upset. Seeing a
and
ticket call
they're
back.
in a room alone.
Yeah, drinking.
Yeah. He's
Adam's on the
trying
rebound.
not to call her, but whew, boy, is it hard. And
Yeah,
it's like, how's your stuff? Lucy's like, not really better.
no. And then he's just like, "You're great."
Yeah. And he tries to kiss her. And she does what really every character
Yeah.
in every movie or TV show that doesn't want to be kissed could and should do is not let themselves be kissed, which is pull
Right.
away.
Yeah.
She
This
does
was your
that.
point before, that this
Yeah.
is possible. Yeah,
This is
I
totally,
agree.
it's weird, but possible. And the great news is that you don't get kissed. Um, like, if you don't want to be kissed, you often can avoid being kissed.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
just take a step back. Or in her case, lean backwards.
Yeah. And she's like,
And yeah,
whoa.
right. I mean,
Like,
her hands are up. She absolutely did not expect this,
yeah.
which is just, I mean,
Yeah.
Felicity, come on,
But she really
open your
didn't.
eyes.
And
She
like, she's like,
didn't.
hey, I have a boyfriend. And he's like, oh, I should go. She's like, yeah, you probably should.
Yeah, it was. It was just like, oh, so many crossed lines that were, I don't know. And the only thing that I like about Adam is him leaving this room and the way that
Yeah.
he leaves this room, because he walks to the door and then he turns around and he's like, how could I make this more awkward?
Uh-huh.
He's like, thanks for inviting me. It was a really great part. Bye. And Felicity just like, collapses back onto the bed like, oh my God.
Yeah. Adam, it's time to leave.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Adam, get good.
So I
You're gone.
seriously doubt you want to talk about this next scene, but here we are. So
This scene.
Ben then has a scene here with his dad.
Yeah.
Ben Ben actually shows up kind of hot already. Although they just came from having an argument. So I guess that would explain that. But he's like, look, I'm not your
Well,
sponsor.
he's also, I mean, he's been in Al-Anon, but, you know, I feel like he already knows what's coming.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that his dad is like, you need to come here, I'm gonna drink, feels like Ben knows this is a manipulation. He already knows when he gets in the car, but just in case it's not, he's gonna show up, and he's probably doing it for his mom.
Mm-hmm.
And I just can imagine so many things going on with Ben here.
Yeah. I mean, he opens with, I'm not your sponsor.
Yeah.
And his dad's like, it's heartbreaking to see your child make mistakes.
Yeah. He's blaming Ben for, his almost drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
What's
not
happening?
it's not ideal.
Not ideal. No.
Ben is like, okay, that's what I thought. This is manipulative. All right. And his dad's like, I'm sorry. He's like, no, your apology means absolutely nothing. Go drink if you want, but I won't forgive you.
Yeah. He's just like, this is your choice.
Yeah.
And I mean, his dad says, I don't want to drink. That's why I called you.
Yeah.
And I mean, all right, fine. It might be part of the reason. It might be why you made a call, but why you called Ben in particular?
Yeah.
I mean, in all fairness, his dad lives in California. His sponsor is not here in New York. But he's been out of the hospital. He should have been attending local AA meetings and had a list of people to call. So, all right, Ben is he's going to kind of accept this and kind of physically grab his dad's coat and pull him over and put him in a cab.
But not before his dad can say, no, you got to do the right thing here. You're too good of a person to make the decision you're making.
Yeah. He's like, you won't be able to live with yourself. As he's getting put into the cab, he says, you're too good a person. Which, in all fairness, is probably the only true thing, 100% true thing that, he said. Ever, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's complicated because on the one hand, manipulation, right? On the other hand, doesn't seem like his dad's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do in that case? I mean, you certainly don't do this, but how do you react? Do you just stay silent?
Yeah.
And hope that somebody else says it, or that Ben comes around to it in his own time? I mean, Felicity's dealing with it like that up until now.
I think that if his dad felt like he needed to say something, the better way to deliver this might have been opening with the obvious argument, well, such as, look, I know I have absolutely no right to be giving fatherhood advice. I know that I have wronged you in many ways and that you are probably not inclined to listen to me at all if I say anything like this. I just want to voice this. I don't think you will be able to live with this. I think you need to open with all of the arguments that can be made against you to make it clear, that this is ridiculous coming out of your own mouth, and then maybe then you can start to cut through the defensiveness.
I still think Ben would just be like, yeah, you're right. I don't, I don't think you should be saying anything. Like
Yeah,
everything you just said
he
at the
might, but I
beginning of
think it's
this.
still a softer way to do it because what the way he
Yeah.
chose to open it when he did have these initial thoughts in the prior conversation, the way he opened it started to do that, but did not go all the way. And he was
Yeah.
like, you know, yeah, you're right. It's tricky. It's hard. It's
Hmm.
very complicated. Okay, yeah, but that's all about Ben. That's all about Ben's situation. And I think Ben will immediately discredit anything that comes out of his mouth, not because of that, but because
It's
his
him.
dad is his dad and
Yeah.
his behavior in the past. And so I think the only way to soften this that can possibly be productive here, I think, for his dad was to be upfront about that stuff first and say, I know I have absolutely no credibility to say this to you. And
Yeah.
I'm just making an observation.
And then you kind of have to leave it alone
Yeah, I
because
do
anything
think you have
else
to.
you
Yeah.
do after that, like this, or like if he had gone to Felicity or gone to his mother or whatever, then he's just um not corrupting. He's like tainting their opinions
Yeah.
with like his manipulation. So it's like it's hard to do, but this is this the situation, you know?
Yeah.
This is the relationship you have right now.
Yeah. This is what you've earned. So, you
On one
know,
hand, yes. On the other hand, you do have a disease, so it's just I don't know. It's hard. Again, does not excuse things like being physically abusive and throwing stuff at your wife.
mhm,
Um,
yeah.
I don't know.
So Ben's gonna go home to Felicity, who is asleep. He's wake, you know, well, she's in bed.
Yeah.
He's waking her up.
Again, door is not locked.
And
Maybe Ben has a key. I mean, I'm just gonna feel better if I just think he has a key.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, Felicity is gonna say, "How was your dad?" Ben's like, "Okay."
And then he's just gonna be like, so right, what are you thinking about the pregnancy again? Like you just
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, oh
Answer the
man.
question.
I
Yeah.
know.
He's like, I feel like you've been avoiding me. She says, well, yeah, I have been. I've been avoiding you. I don't really know what to say. And Ben's like, tell me.
Yeah.
Tell me something. Tell me
I
anything.
want in your head.
Yeah. Felicity says, well, you're saying it won't change anything. You keep saying that. I'm trying to believe it, but I know you. I know how you are. This choice you've made, I don't know if you can live with it.
And he has to say, yeah, my dad said the same thing. You know,
Yeah.
he's hearing it out of two people's mouths in almost exactly the same words.
Yeah.
And I think he's thinking it himself.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to remember at the beginning of this episode, he'd only found out a week prior.
Yeah.
We have no idea how much time has passed. It could be an hour, it could be 6 months. We don't know. But he's that we're watching him come to grips with what's happening and his emotions around it and his thoughts around it. So it's, I think, perfectly legitimate for him to be, changing his mind or, vacillating back and forth a bit or trying to figure it out. And I think that's what we're seeing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're gonna go to the loft.
Yeah.
Yep.
Meghan is coming home clearly late, coming up the stairs, taking her coat off, putting it on the, you know, uh, weird outer closet pole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sean doesn't have closets up there.
No.
Just put some closets in, like a dorm room.
Yeah.
But it's
He's
tense.
it is. He's sitting on the edge of the bed. Um, you know, it's this whole like, did you get lucky? Did you get lucky? Sort of thing.
Yeah.
And Meghan just is kind of not engaging with that after a quick exchange. She said, like, you know what? I just want to go out sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, again, this is what they said at the beginning of the episode. They're just each expressing what they need. She's like,
Mm-hmm.
I need to go out. And he's like, I need you to support me. Like this is not new news.
Like, can you just like one idea? Yeah. And they sit with that for a second. And then Meghan, they're both kind of lying down, and Meghan gets flirty and she's like, my shoes tonight were so uncomfortable. Do you have anything for that? Sean's like, okay, well, have shoe covers. He'll play ball. He's ready to make up.
Yeah.
It's like, sounds like exactly what I need.
And he's like, why don't we go out? I think he said like Monday or something.
Tomorrow or something. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, note from an optimist.
Oh, okay.
Cute makeups,
Huh.
like making up in a cute way. I mean, that's sweet. This is sweet stuff. They kind of got through the problem by just loving the problem. They're going to use the problem to catapult themselves to a new place at the end of this particular conversation. I don't know. I think they know each other very well. They know what buttons to push, and they know how to unpush them. And
it's cute.
It's cute. What can I say?
Yeah, I mean, they apologize to each other, and they are a little flirty about it. I mean, we know this is their kink. They like to fight, and then they like to make up. And this is the first time we get to actually see them make up.
And they know each other. They know each other so well that it's like part of the process. It's just this is, and it's like fairly easy for them to resolve this once they've decided to.
Yeah, and they do really love each other. I mean, the thing is, as apparently manly and just open-minded and spoken wordy as Rocco is, he's not at all a temptation for Meghan. And same with what was the barista's name? Clancy. Yeah, same with Clancy. She can be as supportive as she wants about shoe jackets.
Mm-hmm.
Sean is not going to be tempted away from this.
No.
They do love each other. And the thing is, as much as I think, yes, it's nice that they make up, I don't feel like this is actually going to resolve their issue.
Probably not.
Like, I feel like they're going to continue to have this fight for the rest of their marriage.
Probably. I mean, Look, as for Rocco, are we going to see Rocco again? No. Scene piece.
And he got an award, It's hard. It's hard to make such an impression. There have only been a few characters. We can name them. Al, Pam, one episode, maybe two. Yeah. And then they just stay with you forever. So
I'm unreasonably delighted by Rocco. I feel like last season when we did our season recap, it was the season of women for me when I talked about favorite characters. But if Hodges and Rocco don't get named, I don't know what I'm thinking. All right, for me, just spoiler. I just what leg do I have to stand on if I don't put Hodges and Rocco on it? I don't know. I better star him in my notes. Yeah. God forbid.
If you forget, I mean, our listeners, we know how knowledgeable and detail-oriented our listeners can be. Oh. So we will
more so than us.
Much more. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So we are gonna go.
Yeah. Felicity is at a restaurant. Epstein bar?
I assume.
Maybe.
Yeah. And next to Noel's line here, I just put, OMG. Noel's going to lean in, even though Felicity looks absolutely fine, has not expressed any issues. He's already fixed her job issue, all right? Wow. He's going to lean in again and be Just like, are you doing all right?
Well, I
She's
think
like,
that was
yes,
a
for the millionth
premature.
time.
I think that was a premature complaint because he's already heard about Adam. So he
But
knows
like,
not everything is all right. He knows it was weird a minute ago.
I mean, sure, but the way he says it is like, has the earth fallen down around you? Not did you just stupidly rebuff some guy?
Yeah, I mean, and he kind of gets it with Adam. Like, who wouldn't do? Yeah, come on. I mean, obviously,
It's
he's like,
Felicity, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's awkward. And then she's like, "Do you want to sit down?" He's like, Zoe enters. Zoe
Yeah.
interrupts this, and she meets Felicity, which honestly feels seismic to me.
Really?
It's like this
Interesting.
quiet, like I don't know. He's just like introducing Zoe to Felicity, and it's just like I don't know, passing of the baton without Felicity passing a baton. I don't know. It's just this strange thing of like, no, here's the person I'm with, and it doesn't feel like it even. It's not about her. It's not about like showing her anything or like when he got together with Ruby he's pretty pissed off at Felicity still.
Yeah.
And like it was kind of about sticking it to Felicity, but it was also about Ruby. And this is just like, no, this is who I'm with. I'm with this person. That's it.
Yeah. And, you know, as Felicity has been this whole time, she doesn't care. I mean, she's like,
Well,
oh, nice to meet you.
yeah, she doesn't care, although she is gonna look at Zoe and Noel chatting.
Yeah, but
They make it a point to show us that.
I don't see a jealousy in that.
Okay.
Um, they're playing this really sad song with the lyrics "Lucky in Love," which I was like, this is a weird song to be playing right now. But all right, sure.
We're gonna
I
get
don't
a
know. I would be interested to see more scenes with these three characters together because I'm interested in seeing which Noel like comes out, right?
I don't know if we're gonna get a lot more scenes. You mean Felicity, Zoe, and Noel?
Yeah. It's like, is it crazy Noel? Is it like, I don't know,
I don't
more
think we get a
rational
lot more
Noel?
scenes with the three of them.
That's too bad. Oh
But
well.
we'll have to see how that goes. I don't, yeah. Most of the stuff that I remember with Zoe is like Sean and Office stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
I do like that there's a new set,
mhm.
and we're getting to see more places. So I
Yeah,
enjoy that.
office spaces. All right, so we are going to have one more scene with Ben's dad, and I think it's worth noting as we head into this scene that this is the final scene with John Ritter on this show.
Really?
Because I don't think I looked at IMDb and this is the last episode he's credited in. So
So he like doesn't die ever? He just
no.
gets the liver and he's fine?
Sure.
What
Yep.
the?
Are you trying to tell me you see a problem with the storyline in season 4?
Yes.
Okay. Because it's mostly not me this time. Okay.
I mean,
I
my
have
goodness.
I have pound for pound, you have a lot of catching up to do with how much I've complained about season 4.
I don't know why it's all hitting me this episode,
It's
but
a
yeah.
lot that's hitting you this episode. And I'm like, this just in, season 4 is a mess. Hey, it's fine. Okay. So Ben's dad stops by the loft, healthy as can be.
Ben has invited him over.
He did, yeah.
He hasn't just like popped in again.
Yeah.
Ben did invite him.
Yeah. So his dad's going to take the moment. He's going to apologize. But Ben's like, you know what? I think he might be right.
Yeah. And I mean, apparently his dad is going to say, I'll help you in any way I can, and then never show up again. So
yeah,
that's on brand.
Yeah, he doesn't know where to start. You're right. Dad's like, I'll help. It's really sweet. And the end. unless there was something IMDb didn't credit him for, but I'm not remembering anything past this. So I don't know. You guys, listeners, you can correct me if I'm wrong on that, or we'll get there
really
real quick.
Not how I thought this plot was going to end.
Nope. Hey, season 4. Oh yeah. Taking reasonably good storylines that they've opened up and ignoring those for the sake of soapier plots. So that's how we do it. But we are going to tie up this loose end of the Big Brother, which, by the way, are we ever going to see this again? Don't think so. If you were wondering, if you're keeping track of the things that we've met that we will never meet again, it's basically every new character.
Oh, Adam's gone too.
Never see Adam. Never see Adam again. Never see Adam Rocco.
Again. Yeah, and now we're never going to see Oscar again.
True.
So cutest kid on the street. This time, at least, I assume his mother or some relative or somebody is staying with him, because last time he was abandoned alone on the streets of New York. So this time there's a person.
Yeah, I think they say it's his mom. So Ben is going to show up. He's going to meet Oscar.
Same walk down the same street, same eye contact, but this time doesn't abandon child.
Yeah, very good. A good step forward. And so the mom meets him and she goes away, and Ben sits down next to Oscar. He's like, okay, well, I brought supplies. Just see what you like to do.
Yeah, he's super awkward. It's really funny. He's got this big army duffel, and he opens it up and he takes out this water gun. He's like, I got a water gun. Do something with that. And he just hands it to him. It doesn't look like there's any water in it or anywhere to get water. Or what would you do with this? I don't know. He just starts taking stuff out of the bag. Also, what is he doing with a water gun? Why does he have that? Right? Yeah.
Well, there were water guns I think in the opening episode from this season, when we saw the montage of all the stuff that Noel and Felicity were doing together over the summer. Weren't they playing with water guns?
They may have been, but it wasn't huge like that. This is it's not a super soaker, but it's a fairly large water gun.
Sure, but what's a water gun without water anyway,
It's just a piece of plastic. It's also winter. They all have coats on. Yeah.
So maybe they were going to see if it would freeze coming out of the gun. I don't know.
We clearly see that, the chemistry that Ben had with the kid in the office when he tried to be a broker or whatever, is not translated to this child at all.
It's awkward with Steven at the beginning too, right? Steven was not into Ben whatsoever.
No, but Ben wasn't here, play with a waterless water gun.
He couldn't even get the kid's attention. He was totally apathetic and playing video games or whatever on his little console. He was not into it. And Ben was like, this kid hates me. Why am I doing this?
There.
He doesn't instantly connect.
He doesn't. That's a good point. But he does use the same move. He's got a kid move.
Yeah.
He's got his move.
Okay, would you like A, to play with a water gun that has no water in it? B,
in the middle of winter.
To play with a frisbee on a crowded street? Or C, basketball? Yeah. No caveats.
Yes. So maybe he's smoother than I give him credit for.
Yeah, he was sort of leading the witness here. So Oscar's like, basketball.
Yeah.
Ben's like, oh, I get to. Let's shoot around. And then he's going to take Oscar probably to our favorite basketball court.
That's what he says. I know a great court around here.
Sure, we do
It's an amazing set. It's often at night. We've had some really amazing shots there.
I've slammed Sean in the face with my elbow. I've had teary goodbyes with Felicity and talked about possible trips to Vienna. There's a lot of stuff that happens there, Oscar. I'll tell you all about it, or we'll just play. Whatever.
One of the two. And then we see, of course, the mom arm moment where the kid's gonna walk out into the street, and Ben's like, oh no, hold on, I abandoned you last time you managed not to die, but this time I'm going to tell you not to go out into the middle of a busy street. Okay, I think Oscar's got it, dude. But he helps the kid across the street with his hand on his back. And that's what we see at the end of the episode.
Very nice. Well, Fish.
Mm.
Well, first of all, is there a mini dick move of the season of the episode?
Oh, shoot. I completely forgot about doing that.
Well, then you can strike that from the record. We can put a little pause here and then we can go to the you're the worst. And if you end up having one, you can interject it. How about
That
that?
is true.
Okay.
I could do that. Um,
So, Fish, do you have a
mhm.
you're the worst for today?
We have a tie for You're the Worst.
All right. Well, then let's do it. This is the you're the worst segment.
All right. Um, it's a tie between Ben's dad and Zoe. Really for the same thing. Manipulating the people around them. Ben's dad for using his alcoholism and drinking as an excuse to get his son out to a bar to manipulate Ben into taking on the mantle of fatherhood. That is not a mini dick move. That is an actual you're the worst total dick move. He may be right that Ben can't live with not being in his kid's life, but this was not the way to go about it. Ben's dad, uncool, bad dad. Zoe similarly gets a you're the worst for gaslighting Noel. And not just for gaslighting him, but for doing it because of middle school drama. Okay? You didn't sit next to me is not an excuse for blaming Noel for not being able to handle you being the temporary 1 or 2 week head of a meeting. Okay? That's everything about that. Not okay. I am giving them a tie. Ben's dad and Zoe, you are both the worst.
Andrew Covington and Zoe. Oh, the worst.
Yep. And I'm thinking about like other things. And I mean, a lot of people were dicks in this episode. I mean, Ben leaving the kid on the side of the road, I can't call that a mini dick move. I mean, that's a dick move. You abandoned a kid. And both Sean and Meghan flirting with and inviting other people. I mean, I don't know what I mean. And I don't really blame Adam for trying to kiss Felicity because honestly, she asked him out. So, I mean, I don't.
How about Jessica?
Oh, she didn't know they were dating. She can
True.
flirt with the cute guy.
Okay.
I mean, the thing that annoyed me the most was just everyone that kept asking Felicity if she was okay. I want to call every single one of those a mini dick move. Yeah, I have let you down, Colleen Tempest. I am sorry. I fully acknowledge that I was supposed to do this. This was my responsibility, and I didn't do it. And I'm sorry, and it won't happen again.
I mean, Fish, we heart you, is what's happening
Yeah.
here. I mean, look, a lot of people did a lot of things we don't love. This episode goes beyond a mini dick move, some would say.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to our favorite segment, Fish.
Yes.
After you listen to this tape, you have to erase it.
Yay.
This one's going to be wild. Okay. So,
Wild.
first of all, let's start with a simple, like not simple, but short comment because look, it's John Ritter's last episode, I think. So let's commemorate that. And here's the one piece of feedback we still have that haven't already.
I'm sorry. Can I found my mini dick move.
Oh, we're interrupting
I'm
this.
so sorry.
After you listen to this tape, you have to erase it with a mini dick move, which some may say is a mini dick move. Okay, go on, Fish.
Yep, correct. All right. I would like to announce the Colleen Tembus mini dick move of the episode. The award goes to Felicity for eating half of Noel's sandwich.
Oh! You're right. That is a mini dick move.
Right?
Yep. It wasn't just a bite. She took the entire half and she was not giving it back.
I don't think so. I didn't think there was any way that he was getting that back.
Nope.
Yep. Mini dick move. Stealing half of Noel's sandwich. Felicity? You're on notice.
Yeah. Totally redeemed yourself. That was great.
Thank you.
That was awesome. Back to John Ritter.
Yes.
We are going back to the previously interrupted segment to resume the previously interrupted segment. After you listen to this tape, you have to. We are a mess.
Yes.
We're a mess, Fish, but we love it. There's people in this episode. We're a mess, and we are a mess. It's great. About John Ritter.
Yes.
At Felicity.fan says he brought such depth to this role.
Yeah.
He did.
He did. He was a great actor in it, and they gave him a really complicated part and role and something for Scott Speedman to really, work with.
A lot of layers.
Yeah.
So many layers. And I think I was just seeing on maybe Instagram, John Ritter related post, and he died 20 years ago.
Really?
He died 2003, I think.
Wow.
It's been a long time.
Wow.
Like shortly after this episode, pretty much. Like not long, a year later, maybe.
I don't know why it feels like it was so much more recent than that.
Yeah, but we've not had the John Ritter content we should have had,
Yeah.
He probably would have done some really great stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was worth highlighting that because, he did, it's a complex character for as little screen time as this character gets. It's also a character that's very well set up because even from the early days of freshman year, so for season 1, you're hearing stories about Ben's dad, and you're getting all of this sort of color around what's happened in his childhood, and then you meet him, and it's just adds this whole layer of complication. And you bring the mom in for some episodes, you get a little affair from Felicity, and it just, everything that happens with Ben somehow keeps coming back to his dad. And it was brilliant to see that embodied.
I mean, I guess I'm glad they left it on a high note, although, as I said, it's just not how I thought this was going to end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Right. Now we have a couple of comments about Meghan and Felicity. We have a lot of comments about Meghan and Felicity, which I'm saving for a more appropriate episode, except somebody issued you a challenge. And so I wanted to find a way to hook that into discussion here. So we're getting 2 comments. One, that's an additional comment from at Felicity.fans, who says, I love how Meghan becomes ultra protective of Felicity and isn't charmed by Ben's good looks or hair scratching attitude. Someone needs to see through the BS, even though I swear I'm not a Ben hater.
Disclaimer. Still hot.
And this was surely in relationship to the, the Meghan standing up for Felicity at Thanksgiving, which you debated, Fish. You were not into that. You didn't think that was in character for Meghan, but at Ruby and Simba
at 13, Thanksgiving, it was completely in character. She was like, pass the peas. Thanksgiving was fine. It was the storm that I had the issue with.
All right. Well, at Ruby and Simba 13 begs to differ. She says, okay, Fish, it's on. I dare you to watch the episode where Meghan is on the phone with Ben, the one where Felicity drives to Southampton to Avery's, and then tell me it was out of the blue in a later episode that Meghan stood up for Felicity and their relationship and was a good friend to Felicity. LOL. Yes, I see what you are dealing with, Melissa.
Challenge accepted. Don't you dare me to have a good time. I have in fact rewatched The Breakup Kit. And not only have I rewatched it, I have the text in front of me. I also have the text from the storm. So don't think you're going to catch me by surprise with something like this. Oh no. I thought we were on the same page here, but let me clarify, maybe we still are. I in no way am saying that Meghan is not friends with Felicity. What I said was, in the storm, I thought that the dialogue that was written for Meghan was not consistent with her character. And I actually think that is further backed up by her dialogue with Ben in the Breakup Kit. So, in the Breakup Kit, yes, Ben calls and, he's looking for Felicity. We all remember this scene. Meghan's like, I'm going to give you peace of my mind before I tell you anything else. And she does end it with, I love Felicity. I do. I love her. Okay? However, she also starts that by saying, I thought she was a loser, prissy, navel-gazing, self-centered, whiny, overly introspective little freak. And it only took me 2 years to realize I was only partly right. She says they have nothing in common. And she doesn't know how they became friends, but it's probably because she needed a little sister to beat up on. And while she does say, I love Felicity, I do, I love her, she then finishes that sentence with, I love her like she was my weird, spastic little baby sister, and then threatens to kill Ben. This is Meghan. This is what friendship looks like with Meghan. There is love there, absolutely. That was written like Meghan. The storm, on the other hand, Meghan comes over. Yes, she makes it about herself. Fine, I had no problem with that part. But coming in, saying to Felicity, I feel like you would have wanted some female solidarity, and then offering to sleep over. That's borderline, but I'll accept it. The part I'm not okay with is this. Don't worry about it, okay? Ben loves you, and you love him. You followed him all the way to college. It's like a fairy tale. It will work out. That is not Meghan. Meghan doesn't say stuff like that. She says stuff like, I will kill you, Ben, if you hurt my friend. She says, we are friends, I love her, but she's my weird little sister. I want to beat up on her. And she's an introspective little freak. That's Meghan.
Wow.
I can continue this rant for quite a while. I did come prepared.
But I am going to cite an episode you hate, The Force.
Of course you are.
Yeah. In season 1, in The Force, Meghan and Felicity have this whole, it's like one of their first real, they're just starting to get into a place where they can kind of have these conversations, and they're sitting on the bed together, and Meghan wanted to do this spell and she doesn't think it worked, and Felicity's like, I don't know, I think it maybe was starting to work, and she's like, wouldn't it be great though if like a spell could fix things and all that. And Meghan gets this really far away look at her as she's like, yeah, that would be nice. And they have this moment that felt like the same energy to me as the scene that you don't like from The Storm. Now, I realize that I'm losing credibility by citing The Force as an example, but I do think that they open up like this way of talking to each other there that is echoed in the storm. So I don't
I
know.
don't know if something from season 1 that gets a 3-line callback in season 4, episode 7.
I see
I
a number of
just,
examples from them. That's just the first one I can remember. I mean, I also saw the breakup kid as one.
but it's the
I
dialogue that I'm talking about.
I
It's,
mean,
she doesn't speak like this.
for me, the absolute clunkiest Meghan speech is from, as much as it pains me to say, it's the one about Sarah McLachlan with all the
Yeah.
Sarah McLachlan CDs. I think we've well cited that. I just saw that as product placement straight up and down. And it, like, for me, that was the clunkiest because it was like, she doesn't speak in products. Like there are moments where she'll cite one, like the lip venom
Oh,
with
yeah.
Tracy, but that wasn't an entire speech about lip venom.
Yeah.
So for me, that's the one that I'm like, and I know a lot of people like that one.
I enjoyed that as a speech, but I do agree that it's clunky.
I
And
think,
it's not the way she normally
I mean,
speaks.
it could be that like the writers, even the people who write frequently, didn't write frequent enough speeches for Meghan that it didn't all have the same tone. But I think you can find examples that are like you can pair things up and be like, I saw this in another episode. And I wonder if there was ever consistency around like the people who were in the writer's room for the ones that you can be like, I pair these two together because they seem to be the same vibe.
I don't know. It's just like, I guess I feel a connection with Meghan because she is sarcastic and she is cynical and she is threatening. And I like these things about her. And so when I hear something like this, the difference between this and the Sarah McLachlan speech is, in the Sarah McLachlan speech, she was telling someone off. Like, that is a Meghan thing to do. Even though it was clunky and the way it was said, she was still telling someone off.
She was convincing Ben that Felicity loved him.
Yeah.
That was the purpose of that scene. She was trying to say, go after her. She loves you. And this is my proof.
She was telling him off. I mean, she was like, this is my opinion. This is how I'm gonna.
I don't consider that telling him off. I consider that trying to get them together. She was matchmaking
But
them.
it's the way she's going about it. It still has an edge. Whereas this is just kind of sickly sweet. And I don't ever see Meghan being sickly sweet. Like
you see it with Sean, you see it with Lila, you see it with, I mean, she's got this level.
No, she's not sickly sweet with them. I mean, she puts her arms around Sean because he's going through cancer. I don't think that's sickly sweet. Saying that, like, oh, it's like a fairy tale, you followed him here all the way to college. No.
Well, at Ruby and Simba 13, I don't know what to tell you. I hear you. Yep. Fish is defiant. That's okay.
I am defiant.
But we are going to celebrate Ruby and Simba 13 more today with some other comments. So
yay. Because I mean, here's the thing. We are still friends because my love language, similar to Meghan's, is fighting with people.
Sure.
So, like, we've just had a moment, Ruby and Simba 13. It's kind of like this other person that I'm really good friends with, and like all we do is like really we like the same things, and then we just completely disagree about them all the time. And she seems to think it's okay to have like soup mac and cheese, and I don't know.
Nobody eats loaf mac and cheese. Oh my goodness. Okay, we are going to move on to comments where people just spit as many facts as us as possible because we've asked a lot of questions and we're getting a lot of answers. So first, we're going to start with @GadgetCat007, who, remember, Fish, we asked the question about 12 Letters Really Bad TV show crossword puzzle clue?
Yes.
Okay, @GadgetCat007 says, In season 2 of Dawson's Creek, you see Dawson and Eve watching Felicity on TV, and he disses the show. So this is most likely their reply back, LOL.
Oh, okay.
Still weird. They were on the same network, but
It's still
I accept that answer. Yeah, I guess so, right? Kind of funny. Interesting that they did it. Okay. Now, thank you for that at GadgetCat007. We need answers to these questions when we throw them out there. We don't just say this stuff. All right, folks, thank you. Thank you for modeling great behavior of answering unknown questions that we're spitting out into the ether.
Now everyone will know.
Yeah.
It's not just for us.
We help people. We're helping people. You're helping people.
Yeah.
By answering questions that we are leaving completely open-ended and have no intention to do anything about. Okay, and we've got more coming because I'm gonna create a segment just for this, and it's called @Galinsky_ and @Ruby and Simba 13 answer questions.
Yay! Okay. Woo!
All right. First of all, @Galinsky_. Just rewatching an episode, and Meghan does say Taffy and Gammy. Remember that fish?
Yes, I remember that.
I
wasn't sure. I did not ever go back and watch that again.
Which episode was it? I don't remember. But I do remember us having a distinct
It was Thanksgiving.
debate. Okay.
Because she was coming over with the turkey. And
exactly.
That we were talking about the turkey being light and probably fake. Yeah.
We put it all together. Well, you put it all together.
Yeah.
And @Galinsky_ has answered the question. Thank you.
Woo. You are
now, we have some thoughts about the fire because we were like, oxygen in the room, explosions, what? And by the way, folks, either soon before or soon after that, I had to watch Backdraft for a film club. So I was very turned around with this answer. Okay. So thank you to everybody who contributed answers to this. @Galinsky_ starts by saying, my husband said the oxygen comment didn't make sense as there was not any fire in the room yet. Okay. But @Ruby and Simba 13 also says, you aren't supposed to open a door if the handle is hot because you can create a firestorm inside due to letting oxygen in. True story. The fact that Noel used the fire extinguisher first was good for the door opening. As far as the window, that would have been fine because the door was shut and there was no fire outside the window. Holy moly.
This is hurting my head. I actually don't, I believe you. I just don't understand.
Guys, if you can get out the window, get out the window. Okay. That's the takeaway I'm getting from this.
Good to know.
Do not
Tips for
sit
life.
in a room and just be on fire.
Yeah. Definitely don't do that.
Okay. Because where we were headed, we saw no way out.
Absolutely not.
The show led us astray. And it's like 20 years of my life later, I unfortunately haven't needed this information. Because
thankfully, I mean, and if you need it going forward, you know who to thank.
Now, @Galinsky_ fires back with another point about the fire episode. Haha.
Yeah.
She says, just wanted to mention that when Ben calls and Javier is bringing the phone to her, Felicity hopefully says, is it Noel? I don't think it's intended to be romantic, but it sort of reminds me of the robbery in season 1, how she has these traumatic experiences with both. And in both times it brings her closer to Ben rather than Noel. And lastly, one of the reasons I enjoy this episode is the sort of juxtaposition of Felicity and Noel's friendship and the fire being a bit of a symbol of destruction. What was there before is not the same, but it will be rebuilt in time. I feel this watch, we see how self-focused Felicity is and maybe how out of sync she has become with Noel. Wasn't it last episode when she also offers to hang out and Noel says no?
She did offer to hang out and Noel did say no.
Yeah.
That was a lot of information.
I liked the point about I liked all the points because Galinsky_ is amazing. One of the points that I liked of the many amazing points that she made was, I mean, sure. But also did we connect it to the robbery? because she makes this point about like both times she has this traumatic incident, and yet both
Yeah.
times it's Ben that she
Yeah.
gets closer to as a result.
But
Um,
it happens with Ben. Like Noel's not there when they get robbed, right?
mm-mm. But
So
she was basically with Noel at the time. Um, and or he was interested in her. She was about
I
to get
see.
together with him.
Okay.
And so when the robbery happened, I think Noel was like ready to be there for her and be a listening ear. But then Ben keeps coming over and like calling her late at night, night after night. And there was that one scene where like she's leaving to go down to meet Ben, and he's like, where are you going? And she's like, I'm going for a walk. He's like, well, are you going to be like, she was walking around alone at night. He was like,
Mm.
do you want to, she's like, no, it's fine. Just leave it. Um, so he was kind of thwarted in that, but this time, um, we get the Ben phone call post fire, but Noel kind of instigated that for this
He
one.
did.
He kind
Yeah.
of backed off, told Ben that it happened. He was drawing a line.
He was. Finally.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I don't think that we connected those two, so that's interesting. I think we connected the initial robbery in season one with I think Ben's trauma around his dad once he gets over kind of Felicity's cheating on him.
Mm,
That he like starts coming around again and like, leaning on her.
yeah.
Um, and I think you could probably also say that about this episode with the pregnancy, that he does a
Yeah.
lot of at least trying to lean on her, even though she she remains quiet for most of it. But I like that. Um,
Yeah.
it is a good point.
Well, we have one more, and this is very apropos to a question you asked earlier. At Ruby and Simba 13 has uh, answers and more questions to the loft situation.
Oh, okay.
She says, to answer the question regarding why Noel is still in the loft, it's because he gave Sean all his money from the divorce. I think Sean feels indebted to him after that. Also, Sean has said more than once that he owns the place, so not sure why they always tell people it's rent controlled. In a previous episode, Sean said, out of the three of us, only one of us owns this place. So what does it matter if it's rent controlled? He is the landlord and deciding the rent. I am so turned around at Ruby at 13. I don't know what to believe. I don't know
Well,
what's happening.
I mean, I think it's a good point. He did give him all the money
Mm-hmm.
from the door. Wasn't it like 100 grand or something? Like, I think that's rent forever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the point of being rent controlled, right, is that Sean actually can't change the rent. I mean, that's the whole point of rent control. He doesn't get to pick whatever the rent is.
So is the point about everybody saying it's rent controlled that they're saying they're not having to pay more and more money to Sean?
I mean, that would be the implication.
Okay.
But I think it's weird that he says he owns it. I always felt like he was saying that he was renting it. And maybe what what he actually meant in that episode, or what the writers meant, was he's the main like tenant, and then he's subletting to the other people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it feels like the term sublet was used when they were looking for
Right.
roommates in season one. They
Roommates.
get found the guy with the flippy hair.
Yes.
They said, now that the other guys have left, Ben, you're my sublet.
Yeah. So that
Um,
would mean that Sean is renting, and then the rent control comes into play there, because whoever their landlord is can't keep raising the rent and has to keep it, controlled. Um, I don't know. I feel like the owning is another one of those weird things, like acquisition was an independent contractor, that sometimes words just aren't used
they get
correctly.
fancy. They get too cute. Well, at Ruby and Simba 13, You've answered our question, but we haven't answered yours, and we apologize for that. We are going to go another 10 rounds of this. And any listeners who want to answer our and Ruby and Simba 13's question are welcome to do so. The mystery of the loft needs to be solved.
Yeah. I feel like Sean just rents it and then sublets.
We love our listeners.
We do.
You guys are amazing. You're the best.
I love them so much I fight with them.
That's true. That is a true sign of love. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Ruby and Simba 13, ask her how she feels about the word quaint.
Shut up. Just shut up.
Oh boy, we've alluded to that fight on many occasions, but never actually gotten into it, and we won't now. We're just going to keep alluding to it.
Better not, or this will go.
It's like the what's
it'll
in the
be a
box
10-hour podcast.
We're on our way. With that in mind, let's get into our ratings, shall we?
Yes. Who went first last time?
Who knows? You know what? I'll start.
Okay.
I'm going to rate this one in the unit of shoe covers because what else do you pick really for this one? Shoe covers.
Yeah.
I considered, because I really enjoyed this discussion, I considered bumping it up a little bit because of the discussion, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to say I liked the discussion we had, and I'm giving this one 6.4 out of 10 shoe covers. Because while there are a lot of things that we did talk about in great depth and enjoyed, there's also a lot of inconsistencies. There's a lot of things that don't really work. There's a lot of people they introduce that we'll never hear from again. There's a lot of things they talk about that we'll never see again. There's a lot of sort of like we're pushing characters out the door, but with no fanfare whatsoever about it. And it seems like their storyline should continue and maybe even they should die. It's not a tight episode. And it's not a particularly remarkable episode, barring Rocco. So I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's lots of cool moments. There's lots of stuff that we enjoyed talking about, but like, I don't know. When I think back on like, if I'm making a list of top episodes I've ever watched of Felicity, is this near the top? Probably not. Will I remember it? Likely no. So it's, I guess, 6.4 out of 10 shoe covers. Scene. Peace.
Surprisingly, I'm basically going to agree with you. It's not the worst episode. But Mr. Norman's back, right? And time, is that a thing? I mean, Ben's dad is just fine. Didn't like Adam. I do remember his name since we did just watch this episode. What was the name of that guy who she dated? Nick? Nate? The one that no one remembers?
What? From that Felicity dated?
Yeah.
David?
Was it David?
From season 2? The guy who was like French and stuff, or spoke French in the blind date?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, David. So I'm getting like kind of David vibes from Adam. Like he's not necessary.
It's a harsh statement.
And I mean, negative points for like what they did to Elena and the braids back. I mean, the things that I like the best about this, I really do think that the scene with Meghan and Rocco and Sean and Clancy was really good. I think all the Meghan and Sean stuff was really good in this episode. And I enjoyed when Ben initially just left Oscar alone on the street. That I feel was a high point of this episode. But that's not enough for a high rating. And oh my God, if one more person says, "Are you okay, Felicity?" I'm going to slap them. I'm going to go back in time, find them, and I'm going to slap them. So With all that said, I'm gonna give it like, I don't know. I like those two things, but I'm having a hard time giving it more than a 4.
A
It's not the worst
4.
episode, but it's like it's close.
Okay. So you're saying a 4 out of 10 gloves.
Yep.
And then a 6.4 out of 10 shoe covers.
Yep.
Gosh,
I feel like
Rocco
my
really
4 and your 6 are probably about the same.
but well, I've rated a lot of episodes this season lower than you did, which is
That's
not
true.
typical for us, I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
Rocco
really
really
like the
elevated
last
it
one.
for me. Okay. I'm not afraid to say it. Him being in a
He
band
was
but not
great.
playing any instruments sold me so hard. And scene, peace.
Yeah. And he's
Walks
an
off stage.
open-minded guy. You
Sure
know,
is.
you're married, whatever. Let's do this.
I felt like almost no reasons to like him, but I love him for all of them.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Look, Rocco is comfortable being Rocco. I also feel like he's someone who would refer to himself in the third person.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there we have it. Those are our ratings for this episode, but we want to know what you all think. First of all, we asked so many new questions today. We answered some, but we asked way more, and we want to know what you think. So send us your feedback, your Felicity fan art, your questions, whatever. Send it to themelissafish@gmail.com. That's Melissa with 1 L, 2 S's, themelissafish@gmail.com. Also, you can get to be part of the conversation with so many fun Felicity fans out there. Find us on Instagram @Felicity Podcast. Also, if you want to know when we're dropping new episodes of this podcast, you can sign up for our newsletter. Check your show notes where you're listening to this podcast. There's a link there to get to the sign up. While you're there, hey, rate and review us. It'll help other people, other fans of the show Felicity, find this content and potentially you. That's right, you. Now, Fish, next time we're going to discuss an episode called Raising in Arizona. What do you think that one's about?
Spell raising.
RAISING. Raising. Like raisin with a G.
Huh. Well, it would be different if it was a Z.
It's true.
Well, that's so, I mean, raising in Arizona. I mean, there's only one thing that could be, right? I mean, you raise a kid. Like, what else would you raise?
Okay.
And in Arizona, I have to assume Lauren's going to move to Arizona. But like, that's going to make the co-parenting thing really weird, right?
Sure will.
I mean, I thought we were going to see co-parenting. We're not. If she's in it, she's gone. And can he even do that? I mean, I don't know. He'd have to get like joint. I hope this doesn't turn into like a legal drama.
Correct. I mean, legal drama, not necessarily, but like your train of thought is exactly where the writers went. They were like, what episode do we need now? What do we want Lauren to do? We want her to threaten to take the kid away that Ben has only just decided that he might want.
Right. And then he'll have to figure out custody issues and all that stuff. I don't actually know if he can keep her in town while she's pregnant. But like once she has the kid, I don't know. Actually, I don't know what the law is. I mean, I think it also depends on your state. I mean, there's got to be federal law because if you've moved between states, but like there's got to be a breastfeeding period, and then like how long does that go on? And then like by that time it's like the kid is bonded to the mother, and so the judge is more likely to like in the best interest of the child. I mean, this just gets complicated fast.
Well, guess what, Fish? These are the types of questions we will be exploring.
Oh, fun.
Or at least considering that we might have to explore, because you've guessed well, my friend.
All right. Well, That's
what does
not
she want?
something I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
The thing is, I just honestly don't care about any of those things. What
You
I
might
want
be
to
hard
see,
pressed to find somebody who does. I don't know. We'll see. I have
I'm sure there are people who have gone through this. It's just for
no, but I
me
mean, in terms
and
of
for
like
this show.
listeners and viewers of the show who
Yeah.
liked this plot line, look, if you are a viewer of the show Felicity, a fan of the show, and you liked this part of this plot line, we appreciate you. I know that we've had a lot to say, but we would love to hear from you. Why did you like it? Talk us through your thoughts. What did you connect with? We'd love to hear about it. We won't ridicule you. It will be fine. It will be good. A lot of people we've heard from don't love this. Like,
I
a lot
see
of
why.
the Lauren stuff. And I think that a lot of people associate it, like I was associating it with not liking Lauren, but I think that's not really necessarily true because she's pretty different. She's pretty different in the first half of the season than the stuff that they're giving us or going to give us for her in the back half. So but I don't think the stuff from the beginning is super memorable. So
it's also not why I watched the show. Like,
yeah.
I watched the show for the pretty people.
Yeah.
Not for like bringing children into the mix and like legal drama and like all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't see any, like, I don't know, anything I'm interested in watching coming out of this plot line.
Yeah. I am sorry for your loss.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I haven't watched, well, I have watched it. I just don't remember it.
Well,
but
I'd say something.
Yeah, that's my guess, is it won't be my favorite episode, but I don't know, maybe it will be.
I mean, you guessed well on the nature of the content. And yeah, I mean, there's different particulars, but it's a telling title.
Yeah, doesn't really, like, I don't know what else that would mean.
Yeah, well, it didn't mean anything else. It meant that.
Yeah.
Yay.
When was Raising Arizona?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. It was probably around the same time. Let's see. Or maybe, was that 90s? Let's see. Raising Arizona.
No.
Oh, 1987?
87? Really?
And when I said probably around the same time, wrong.
No. Well, I mean, Nick Cage was pretty young in it. And he was almost Moonstruck. Yeah, was Moonstruck after Raising Arizona? Maybe. He was pretty young in it. Okay. Well, I think this is a pun, a takeoff on that.
Yeah, I would say so. But yeah, so that's what we have coming up. Anything else we want to say about this one, Fish? Is it possible?
Oh, I don't think it's possible. No. I just can't believe you brought up Quaint.
Oh, I did.
You
better believe it.
This episode to do it.
I sure did. Yep. Yeah. Well, before we go into round 78 of that one, until next time, Fish, don't hook up with Ben while I'm gone.
I'm a fish.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
See you.